Might be my
Hello everyone, this
computer
is
as well.
Meltman of Gaming Philosophy. Welcome to the Vampire Masquerade live stream. This will be the Lost Tribe session 4. We do this every other Saturday. We are just getting started. We're waiting for a couple more people to go ahead and get here. And Midnight Shade, the bed is made. Don't worry about it. The doggo is not with me. She's tormenting Dad downstairs, so there will be no petting of the doggo unless she decides to come
Tragic.
upstairs. Well, Roxanne, only wants me when I have food. I swear. Either that, or when it's too noisy downstairs and she wants a quiet place to sleep. Because she knows, despite me streaming, apparently I'm still a quiet place in the house. So again, for those that are new here, it is a tabletop experience. So we are using a Zoom chat. So you'll see in the left-hand side of my screen the different people in the call. If they have mics on, you'll see their picture. If their their cameras are on, you'll see a picture. If not, you'll see the person's name. And as people talk, the camera should automatically pop out different points of view. Unless I can just go ahead and put Crowley on there.
I didn't have the time to do my makeup today, so.
Oh, it's okay. You're lovely no matter what, E.T. Don't feel bad about that. Hey, Bobcat. Welcome to the stream, bud. We'll be getting started in a little bit here.
I have 10,000 drops of wisdom right now. I'm saving up for the 500,000.
Yeah.
Because I want to be a VIP.
You want the VIP status on my live stream. Okay. Oh, I have to go ahead and go through my rewards queue.
But do you want to see a picture of the dragon?
I would love to.
Don't show it on stream though, because I know some friends of mine watch this and they might be in it.
Oh, wait, what? So this is a private thing that you're sending me then? Okay. Alright. There we go. The rewards queue is cleared.
There you go.
I hear someone massaging some keys there.
Yes, rapidly.
Oh my god.
Isn't it cool looking?
Oh, that is fucking awesome. It kind of reminds me, did you see any coverage of Half-Life Alyx?
No. I've seen it.
If you haven't, I did some coverage on my channel. You should be able to see old videos of it over on YouTube, because I don't think there's anything left on my Twitch channel at this point, because that's older content. But there are like sections where you come into like some like houses that have been completely covered in fungus from like alien growth, and like the different funguses that I'm seeing on this dragon reminds me of like the growths that you would see on the wall.
Oh man, what a fun guy.
Seems like it was meant to be, because the extraterrestrial needs the,
oh, there's... Hey Taylor, how's it going? Alright, your audio should be on now. We can hear you. Hi.
Good evening.
My stream is already live. Crowley, you live already or no?
Yes.
Okay, so that means I need to go ahead and do shout out at Crowley.
Bless your cotton socks.
There we go. And did I do that right? There we go. And we're playing a clip.
There we go. Thanks,
you
Twitch.
playing
That's the second
a-
time Twitch has disconnected.
Watching
me.
you shift me over to the right.
Yeah. So if you guys want to, feel free to watch on Crowley's end as well. He has this beautiful layout that makes me look like
stop with you.
complete and utter noob at this. Which
Trust
I'm
me,
a,
it's
I'm
not
a
worth
scuff
it. I have to
streamer,
fix it every
so
time.
yeah. But hey, I mean, have you seen how I do it?
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, my system is just so simple in comparison. It doesn't look near as good.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But yeah, guys, feel free to click the link in chat. Check out
birthday
his side too.
pizzas.
Your pizza's here?
No,
Alright.
Kathy just resubscribed.
Aw.
Bless your cotton little socks, my little munchkin.
Oh. Chance Day, thank you for becoming a sponsor. I think that's probably the sponsorship over on, I think that's from the YouTube members program. So thank you so much for going and supporting me on YouTube, bud. I appreciate that. I know that most of the people that became members on YouTube are not doing that anymore. And they're choosing to join and become members just on Twitch. So it's entirely up to you. You don't have to do both. I appreciate whatever support you want to send me, but dude, seriously, you didn't need to redo that if you wanted to just do it over on Twitch. That would have been fine too. Oh, for those that are interested, Context Deleted is now up and live. The first clip is live on the YouTube channel, Gaming Philosophy. Check it out if you're interested in seeing me say stuff without any context whatsoever that makes me sound completely... Yeah. Episode, the second clip will be going up in a bit. I haven't decided how close together I'm going to put those up. But it's extra content, so enjoy.
Content.
I'm seriously worried about the second episode because, oof. Just oof.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm not sure it'll be fine. All right.
Just in case Death doesn't show back up. No, go. You're supposed to be underneath. Goddamn OBS. Horrible software.
I mean,
As soon
There
as
we go.
Taylor comes back, I think we could probably start.
where he's sneaking off to? Getting a drink?
Something, yeah, he had around to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Where did we leave off?
There we go. Perfect.
It's been, it's 2 weeks apart, so my mind is always foggy until I start remembering things, and then it comes back like a flood.
Why does that sound so much like your character?
I don't know.
Hey, Catherine, can you yak for a little bit for me so I can mess with audio?
Want me to yak, like vomit,
Yeah, like-
or just talk?
Just talk.
He wants you to jaw a little bit.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to remember where we left off is... now, don't ask me the logic behind these decisions, but these decisions
No,
were made.
No.
How do you deal with some sort of evil whatever this thing is? No one really knows except for maybe one person. The decision was made to try blowing it up. And surprisingly, it didn't go well. At all.
That's so surprising.
Yeah. I was thinking,
So-
maybe we lure it out of the water and someone pulls out, a flamethrower if it got completely nasty, and maybe we could talk to it. But no.
You
Hey.
didn't say anything!
I
Why did you bring it up?
I pointed out that fire may be its weakness, and fighting in the water would probably be a bad idea. I did not say pay a mercenary $3,000.
$300,000.
$300,000. Have him bring in several ships full of freaking whatever to just try to turn the ocean into the world's biggest hot pot.
And then we destroyed 2 ships. Was it
No,
two?
we didn't
No,
destroy 2 ships. That demon horse destroyed.
I know, but it's our fault that it went down.
Our fault. I'm not taking any of this responsibility.
All
That was
right.
all you. I
Okay,
just watched.
I provided information. I did not make the
And
decision.
it didn't get very well used.
Hilarious.
Okay, Catherine, can you turn yourself up a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
You know, she speaks in soft, dulcet tones sometimes, which mics don't necessarily always pick up the best.
For sure.
I'm just trying to get everyone to a reasonably almost equal level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's difficult when I can't do it for myself.
Well, there are some advantages to Discord over Zoom, but there are some flexibilities that Zoom offer that Discord doesn't.
Yes.
So it's
Of course, you can do a lot of them on Discord. You have to do a janky workaround, but maybe Zoom will take the audio feature from Discord one day.
Well, we'll see, because Discord apparently is
Oh God, no!
yeah.
Don't bring it up. Looks like I'm going back to TeamSpeak.
or Ventrilo.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the Ventrilo days.
I don't know any of those.
Oh man.
Oh wow. Yeah.
When I was still in a raiding guild in World of Warcraft, Ventrilo was the thing.
Did anyone use Xfire, or is that really old?
Oh, I haven't used that one. No.
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
ring a bell actually.
Okay. That's what I used a lot when I was a kid.
There's another one I've heard of, but I've never used, Mumble, which I think is probably maybe the
I've
worst
heard of it.
name for a voice app. Yes,
Right.
yeah. Let's go ahead and call our app Mumble, because that's what people will be doing on it, right?
Just mumbling to each other. Oh, you're really good at it. It teaches you how to read lips.
Don't know. You
That's
can
very
mumble
useful.
with your lips closed fairly easily. So we're still waiting for a couple of people to go ahead and get here, or rather, we have all but one person in the call, but one person is currently stepped away from their camera. So
We need the mercenary.
yes.
Well, do we though? I mean,
He's
he was
still
just
not a
kind of
vampire.
Well, that who knows? That may change sometime. Who knows?
Exactly.
Consensually or not so consensually, we'll find.
I see a Taylor, and of course, I called it,
He got drinks.
And a sandwich.
and a sandwich.
Yeah.
Ooh, I had a really good sandwich yesterday. It was pretzel bread with pastrami.
Ooh,
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
Pretzel bread. Does that mean it was crunchy?
Kind of. It was a little more. It had a bit of a more chew to it.
Ah. Taylor, I think you broke your camera.
No, I think he turned it off
No, I turned it
deliberately.
off.
No.
You turned it off, yeah.
So when's the Za gonna get here, my guy?
You don't need to
Sorry?
eat a sandwich.
Well, I don't know. Maybe Crowley would be into that, because apparently that's his king.
What? Oh.
Yeah, you were the one that said it earlier.
I
Oh
forgot about
my
it.
God,
Oh.
no!
Oh.
No, thank you. No.
Oh lordy! Oh, I'm having a heart palpitation. Woo!
Woo, boy.
Jiminy Cribbiny. I didn't know it
Taylor,
was
why
my
you gotta go
birthday.
flashing us like that?
I'm just watching you eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
Come on, Ezekiel, that you can do it.
Stop.
Oh
Doing
boy.
chips with it too.
Is that where he just inhales the sandwich?
Yeah, he has a D&D character who just eats like I do. I'm an absolute savage. when
Flip
it comes to
open
food.
head and put in food.
Yep.
Let's see here. I'm trying to remember where. Oh no. Oh, that was
Yeah, you're right now in a Prius.
Ah,
A poor choice.
don't remind me. Okay, so
I'm sure it'll go great.
I don't want to leave Theo in the Prius, but if I gotta do it, I gotta do it.
yes, we are driving away from a nuclear something or other. Oh, I
No, it
opened
wasn't
up the
technically
PDF and it
unique.
actually remember what page I had closed it on.
Yeah, I probably should open up again character sheet too. That'd be useful.
Yeah, well, you made just a wee bit.
There's always one thing you forget. You open up the dice roller, all the other fucking programs. One goddamn thing.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
open up the dice roller. Is that just in the chat now, or?
Yeah, you can
just
find
use
it in the
same link.
vampire
Yeah.
chat. You can find it in Discord. I linked it all over the place. Are you seriously looking at a picture of your Prius?
Yeah.
What year is it?
2012.
2012.
Ah.
A good
Oh,
year.
you couldn't you couldn't pay out for the new stuff?
Guess not.
Oh.
That's practical. My car is perfectly fine.
It does what it needs to do. Look like a lunchbox.
Yeah.
It gets me from point A to point B at a reasonable rate for a low economy cost.
Yeah, to be fair. Alright,
Now I see you
yeah.
think she saved up like $400,000.
There we go. Got the dice roller open.
Just FYI, I don't know how late I'm gonna be able to go tonight because I was up at 5:30 this morning for work.
Oh gosh. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just let us know.
Yeah. And of course, if this stream gets cut short, I can always switch to other content for the rest of the night. So, I mean, just, be open with people. If you start feeling tired, and this goes out to anyone, just say something. Or if, we're short a member because he doesn't show up, we might have to end early, so there's less time that we have to recover in the next session.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he is still a human, so that does, help a bit because he does stuff during the day that obviously you guys don't do. So, him missing a session at least then can fill up his time with what he does in the morning.
Which basically means ordering secretaries around.
Oh,
much.
he's got stuff. I wouldn't worry about it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, right now my character is only concerned with the vast amount of knowledge I don't have and should.
Yeah. Hehe.
Was that seriously just you tee-heeing?
That's what I love about the vampire world is, it's all the fledgling just get thrown out in the streets. Just so they can use it as an excuse when you break the masquerade to murder you. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, that's something you always want to hear your storyteller telling you.
I love the Camarilla.
Just not in Chicago.
Oh, I still love... Okay, I love Benavar Thomas. He is the best prince, I think, in my opinion. He's the Prince of Los Angeles, and I love him.
Oh boy.
Prince of Chicago is a different story, but I still love the Camarilla. I like what they stand for. It makes sense. It's just...
It's
Ventures-
utilitarian.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
What can you do with cane monsters, unfortunately? But I'm a Maximilian
Yeah, let Maximilian
crush.
Strauss
I
be in
love
charge.
Maximilian Strauss, the Tremere protogen.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's in the video game. I love him.
Guy's 10 out of 10.
Yeah. You eat so much slower than me.
Yeah, I like to taste my food.
Just because you eat fat doesn't mean you taste it less.
Yeah, but you can't taste your food till you swallow it.
Where are your taste
what?
buds located?
Howdy?
I'm sort of wondering whose taste
That's
buds
why all the
are.
vampire food tastes bad. I need to swallow it first.
Oh my.
Whoop whoop. He's almost done. You know, during all that time you were playing Monster Hunter, you could have eaten.
Could've.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us did.
His time management is terrible.
I've seen worse. I've played with worse.
Sad part is me too. Me too.
Nothing like going and setting up like a 25-man raid and then have like the person that is your main tank like show up like, 10, 15 minutes late.
Right.
And so you have like, a good 20 plus people that are just sitting there going and just like, oh, you got this? Okay, yeah, we got this. It's literally going over the prep work that everybody knows everybody's already gotten taken care of.
Yep.
Uh,
Are you ready, sir?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I guess we can just start then, since you guys are kind of doing your own thing anyways.
I'm gonna have to disappear in like 10 minutes when the Zah shows up.
The Zah.
The Zah. Yeah.
You can blame that man right down there.
Hmm? What?
Good American Saw.
All right. You know what? Let me. Oh, jeez.
Excuse me.
There we go. All right. With Theo riding in Dr. Amina's Prius, the large Mastiff in the passenger seat, and Rune is following with Lynn riding along, you hear the sounds of sirens fill the night air as law enforcement heads to the ocean. The dim glow of dying flames reflecting off the sea, the large orb of the moon giving a slight greenish twist. The drive is uneasy, as you have now met new faces of other deprived creatures of the night, and you feel this uncertainty of the results, and for some maybe even the purpose, of the late-night detonation. Any howls from the midnight wildlife now completely drowned out by the alarms. Theo, you are riding along in Dr. Amina's car. Rune, you are riding along with Lynn. This makes me laugh every time, but Lynn in the sidecar.
No, she's on the back.
No, I'm on the back.
You're in the back! That's actually really nice. Wow. just make Theo ride in the sidecar then.
Apparently.
That's hilarious. Alright, with Lynn riding in the back, you are following behind said Prius.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassingly so. Is there anything that you wish to discuss as you follow Dr. Amina to wherever she is deciding to take you?
So how long y'all been vampires?
Approximately 36 hours. You?
Let's see. Almost 60 years now.
Oh, I see. So what were you doing on the crazy horse beach?
She just kind of gives like one of those forced smiles, like, ha, ha, ha.
I see. Continue driving.
Good doctor, where are we going?
We are going to see a friend. She will know what to do in all of this.
And your friend have a name?
Oh, yes. Vidoma.
Vidoma?
Why not?
Okay. How much time, can I gauge how much time's left in the night?
About 4 hours.
Will we be able to meet your friend and be able to make it to ground before the sun rises?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
Huh? I'm gonna ask what radio station do you like? You can pick.
Classical?
Yeah. I'll flip through and find some classical. Put on the classical channel. I'm sure there's one. There's one out here. I actually have it saved to my car, so
89.5 over here.
All right.
I think that's it. It's either 89.5 or 89.7.
Don't look at me. I don't listen to the radio.
Oh,
I have my own music. All right, you flip on the classical. So you know about how long drive it's going to be. It's going to be about between 30 to 40 minutes. It's late, so it's not like there's going to be any traffic.
I'm getting a call from Wyoming. I think your pizza might be there.
Did you literally order a pizza for him?
Yeah, he did.
They're asking where I live. Tell them across the tennis court. And
Like your pizza guy. He literally called and said, "Hi, this is your pizza guy. I'm outside."
I liked how you said, "Okay, I'll be right out," as if you're Crowley. That's pretty funny.
Kind of sad you didn't continue the rhyme though.
You sound so much different than you do on the phone.
Correct. I have my phone voice.
Ah.
It's a well-practiced one.
Ah.
Mm.
But I apologize. Those are some birthday pizzas. He apparently got me some sort of elephant-themed undergarment for my birthday, so it should be arriving on Monday, and we'll see what it is.
I really
I would really hope so. That the trunk is exactly where my crotch would be.
Oh God. Oh.
Why?
I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess the same thing because I have seen those novelty speedos. I think
I'm not gonna lie, I would love it. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I know. That's why when he was asking a very pointed series of questions for no reason, I was like, "It's got to be elephant."
Oh God.
There's only one right answer.
Either that or it's monkey tail in the front and the monkey's face on the back.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, while we're driving, I will basically introduce myself to good old Theo here, since we have about 30 to 40 minutes of driving. So I will introduce my name as, in case you haven't quite remembered, I am Dr. Amala Shamash. Tell you where I work, what I do. Tell you I specialize in pathology.
That must be interesting for you. So I take it you work the night shift then? Or would it be the graveyard shift?
I tell her I really make my own hours, but typically it's later in the day. That is correct. Well, I'll let you know that I am looking for my sister, and I believe you folks are going to be the key in helping me find her.
I think you've mentioned that before, but we were supposed to follow the dog, and the dog led us to the shore that led us to a horse spirit thing. That you then paid a man that you called, and you paid him how much money again?
Most of my retirement. It's going to be around $300,000.
You know, I wish I remembered having that much money.
Well, I'll tell you that I never really use my money for anything anyway, which is why I have so much. So it's fine.
Well, honestly, at this point, I wish I just had the means to go ahead and get more research materials. I feel so much out of my depth with all this new that's happening.
Oh, it sounds pretty crazy when you say it out loud, huh?
Yes, I suppose, but when you don't have much to compare it to, I suppose not as much.
Well, hopefully, Vidoma will help us figure out what to do next. She is an excellent healer, and will hopefully be able to help our friend Lynn with her toxin.
Yes.
Toxins
Although,
again.
for some reason, I'm beyond help.
Oh, that's not true. I just don't happen to know what your problem is. Hopefully, Vidoma will be able to help, and then we can
Well-
help you too.
I just hope that she doesn't end up getting bitten like you did when you tried to help me.
Well, she is technically my master, so she's much better at it than me.
Okay. Well, I will just trust you on your judgment then, because you know more about the situation than I do, apparently.
Oh, I tell you, I've no idea what's going on.
Well, that makes two of us then.
Anad, I tell her crazy. Blew up a beach. Didn't know you could pay for that. Very interesting man.
You confused me so much right then. You knew you could call him for help, and you knew he would go and be able to take care of it, but you didn't know he was going to blow up the beach.
Yes, I've never spoken to that man before in my life.
How did you know to call him then?
Well, easy. I'll give the dog a nice pat. He told me to. You were there.
Yeah, but I did. I think I got a headache.
Oh, I'll hand you a water bottle.
No, I'm good. I'm not thirsty for that kind of drink.
Sorry.
We got a
Get it.
boofer.
Get the hoodoo.
The ghosts of Lynn's dogs are upset.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently, we didn't do a good enough job blowing up the horse.
Well, I think we're all worried about that in the back of our characters' minds. Yeah. Is that spirit actually done?
Of course not, you fools.
Can
Nah,
it, can
but
it
somebody
just
else's
go in the
problems.
deepest parts of the ocean and never be seen from again? That'd be great.
Considering it creates an aura of radiation, I don't think so.
Indulge in your taint. Anyway,
Let's not think about how that could be interpreted.
well, I'm going to ask you if you have any questions. I will do my best to answer them. Go ahead. I'm sure you have lots.
Do you have any records of vampire heritage or how others have dealt with this in the past?
No, as a matter of fact, I am. That is what my research is on, how to hopefully cure this vampirism. My sister has it. She got it before myself, and I was working on the case when she disappeared.
And I'm assuming that there are all others out there that have been out there for a while.
Vampires or people like myself?
You don't consider yourself a vampire?
Loosely.
Surprised he didn't call himself an angel again.
I've said it a couple times. We'll work it in there, don't you worry.
Well, I mean, so you see yourself as a different type.
Of course, I'm an angel. There you go.
But how do you know?
I tell you that unfortunately I cannot divulge that information to you. I apologize.
Sorry. Just curious. I mean, There's just so much that I don't know. I feel almost kind of lost in the unknown.
Oh, I could see how that's possible. I'll go ahead and ask how long you've been a vampire for.
I spent about 2 months in a place that I'm not allowed to name, locked in a cell that I wasn't allowed out of, being experimented on.
Oh,
So
I tell you, that's awful.
I
Apologize.
I've just got my first taste of freedom last night. So apparently, I from my compatriot Crowley, Rune, sorry. From my compatriot Rune, I take his experience was much different than mine. And I'm assuming yours is equally unique.
I would say so. I inform you that I have never been in jail.
I wasn't implying that I was in jail.
Well, you were locked in a room. Okay, vampire jail.
Dude, is there such a thing? I suppose there would have to be, but
I told her, of course. Where do you think they send the bad vampires?
Well, the last time I saw something that remotely looked like a bad anything, it was turned to dust. I don't think they're big on incarceration. They prefer to go ahead and go for more finalized solutions.
Correct.
But it was more of a research facility. I was more of a lab rat, if you will.
Oh, I ask if your captors were human or vampire, or if you do not know.
Probably best I do not say.
Well,
You okay there, Taylor?
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I spelt something kind of.
I figured that's why your camera started bouncing up and down. Yep.
Earthquake!
Shaky cam! Found footage!
Bigfoot's real. Alright.
God.
Yeah, it's just gonna go on like that for the 30 to 40 minutes. So if Crowley and Lynn want to talk, I'll go nuts because we're just gonna be shooting the shit in the car.
I'm gonna drive close enough to the car so I can see if Theo has any like "get me the fuck out" kind of signals. Like,
I will
Save me.
I will simply look like I'm carrying on a light conversation.
But then what about the part where you looked like you had a headache?
Oh yeah, I'd definitely be holding my head in my hand at that point.
I already know why he has a headache. He's talking to the insane bitch in the driver's seat.
Oh. The doctor is insane-ish.
Only somewhat insane.
Well, just an interesting perspective on the world.
Correct.
Well, Rune,
Yep.
you are going to be receiving a phone call from a
Oh. Okay.
number that I think I do remember you at least having some information on. A phone number that looks familiar.
I will answer. Hello?
The hard, cold voice of Griller comes through
Oh boy.
as he asks, "What the fuck did you do?"
Okay, well, first of all, wasn't me. Second of all, they lit the beach on fire.
You've got rats on your tail, and now it's only a matter of time until a hound pays you a visit.
And that is a...
That's a one hell of a euphemism.
There's a few moments of silence as finally says, I'm sorry, but you're on your own. The best advice I can really give you now is you're gonna need to explain yourself to the prince, and he says there's a 5% chance that he doesn't kill you on the spot.
Okay.
He tells you, after a few more moments of silence, you hear a little bit as if there's conversation going off on the side in these moments of silence. He finally gets back to you. He says he's sorry, kid, but they're already tapped in. He'll get back to you somehow.
Alright, thank you.
And he's gonna hang up.
Alright. Continue driving.
After approximately 30 to 40 minutes of following and riding with the doctor, you are brought to Countryside, Illinois. Yes, that is the name of a place. It is named Countryside. Driving off onto a dirt road surrounded by a thick forest.
Mm-hmm.
The screech of the sirens and the chaos of the big city is now muted by the clicking of night birds and the chirps of crickets. At the end of the road sits a solitary caravan with ornamental lights outlining the doorway in big bold letters on the side. Fortune teller. There is no other signs of any other caravans or human life, just nature that surrounds this small little area. There is a big tree that sits in the center. Looks like it's really the only one that this area is kind of built to surround around, but you recognize this place, of course. But there is no other, I mean, there's usually other gypsies here. Now there doesn't seem to be any, like they've just been moved out. Just Fedoma. Alright, looks like this is where the Prius is parking up in front of this lone caravan.
Okay then. Carefully get out of the Prius then.
Let the dog out first, obviously. Head on out.
Alright, well, the Mastiff's gonna stretch out his legs. Kind of gives, I mean, he's a big dog. And, I mean, he's basically gonna sit himself in front of the entrance. All you can really hear is the creepy music. I mean, it is pretty creepy. It just repeats over and over again. It seems like it's the only record she has, though.
Oh,
Might not
boy.
be intentional. But you can hear that playing through.
Oh, lovely.
Perfect.
So, this individual is supposed to be able to help?
Oh, of course. Right this way. I'm gonna lead you right on up to the caravan.
Before you do that, I'm gonna call over. Hey Theo, can I talk to you for a minute alone?
Yeah, I think Lynn probably needs priority with this poison.
Yeah.
Apparently, the
Don't
individual-
leave me with that one. Don't do it.
Hey, yeah, I mean, you're apparently sick, and I mean, they apparently can't help me all too much. So Rune, what do you need?
I'm sick.
Just follow me behind this tree over here. I'm gonna lead him away like a good 30 feet or so.
We'll be back as soon as we can.
Well, I'm gonna motion for Lynn to step on up.
He's just gonna give him a death glare. Don't.
Bye bye. Anyway, I'm gonna grab Theo and quickly pull him around and slam against the tree. Listen, man, shit just got fucking real.
Okay.
Fucking Griller called me on the phone.
Okay.
They already know we were there. And they're
Okay.
fucking pissed. I don't know who's fucking knows, but we are being hunted by a wolf. Evidently. This was a stupid fucking idea.
Okay.
We shouldn't. As soon, I don't know why you didn't think of this first. As soon as your bitch called a random number, hey, can we blow up a bit? We should have left. What the fuck, man?
Take a breath. Relax. Shit already happened. Where do we go from here?
I don't know.
If we're being hunted, that means we have choices. Is the people hunting us, are they stronger than us?
Well, I was told we should talk to the prince, and there's a 5% chance he won't kill us. I don't know who the prince is. I don't know what this means. I don't know how to find the prince.
Hey. 5% chance he won't kill us.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Then that means we have odds of surviving this, yeah?
Yeah.
As long as there's a chance to make it out alive, all we have to do is increase that 5% to something more like a 95% chance.
Okay, and to do that, we...
Well, if they're going to bring us in anyways, and running is impossible, how do you think our odds are going to fare if we turn ourselves in?
I don't know. Maybe the 5% goes up a little bit. I don't know.
Okay. We turn ourselves in. What do we tell them to make that percent go up even more?
That the crazy woman blew off the beach? Oh, no.
Oh, okay. We tell them the truth.
Yes.
We stick to the truth and nothing but the truth. We were guided by a dog to a beach.
Maybe we should tell them about the insane goblin that showed up and told us to go there. And that's also another thing.
We are doing what we can to just try to figure out what's going on. And of course, at this point, I'm assuming the prince or whoever that is will go ahead and make a decision. Probably their decision is to make sure that vampires don't get discovered. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's probably their goal. Because, I mean, vampires aren't real, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, if it's believable, do you think vampires normally set beaches on fire?
What question? No.
No. So it doesn't look like it's risking and making people believe vampires exist, right?
There's the
We haven't
issue
done
of the
anything.
what you call it, the Kelpie.
Yeah. So I mean, we got a water spirit thing that I pointed out its strengths and weaknesses. Someone made a call that was to go ahead and get someone out here to help with that, and that person accepted money to set the beach on fire. All you did was get us there. All I did was specify strengths and weaknesses. Everything was done without us go ahead and doing much about it. We were present, but we weren't responsible. Right?
Uh-huh.
So, what would we be punished for?
I don't know, being there.
So we'd be punished for being there. Do you think?
Well, I don't
being
think
punished
vampires
for...
have much ethics, do they?
Well, they have to have some sense of civility. Otherwise, they would just tear each other's throats out and there would be no peace. And how are they supposed to go and keep people from believing vampires exist if they're just, brawling in the streets every day? I would have to assume that the prince's ultimate goal is to keep things civil. And if he's just killing people right and left, then it's just going to go ahead and spawn more hate, and people will be fighting, and things will just get out of control, and things will be chaos. I'm sure his goal has got to be some sort of balance and civility. So, I expect, hopefully, mostly a fair ruling. But we've got to sway those odds in our favor. We tell them the truth about what we know, and the situation as it stands. We don't sugarcoat it. We don't lie. We
Okay.
stick to the truth. And the best thing we can do, of course, after we're done here, figure out where this prince is, and we present ourselves. That way, it's not them having to go looking for us. Because I'm gonna tell you right now,
Oh, that yeah. I
the
already know
harder
how
we
that
make
goes.
it for us to be found, the worse the punishment's gonna be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have anything to feel guilty about, then of course we're just gonna show up.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
it could only get worse if we fight against it, right?
probably. And
So
considering I only know how to jump very high and punch things.
I know next to
Yeah.
nothing. I'm guessing here, Rune. But I mean, I can't see any other logical course for us to pursue. We have little information. We have even less resources to work with. We have to work with this prince. I'm assuming since Growler told you about him, they have to be important. So
Probably.
best thing we can do is try to work with them instead of piss them off more.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see what information we can squeeze before, out of these idiots.
Who knows? Maybe this Vidoma person that we're meeting can put in a
maybe
good
she'll
word
solve
with
all
the
our
prince.
problems.
You know?
Well, we'll find out. We'll find
Maybe
out.
we should ask.
Well,
Maybe she'll have some secret passcode that we can whisper into the prince's ear and he'll just let us off. Yeah, I don't know. But let's
well, it's worth
go
a
ahead
shot.
and get in there. I mean, otherwise,
It's better
you
than
know.
going back to my apartment, so we might as well.
Yeah.
All right, if you're ready, you go in. I'm ready.
All right. Hopefully, Lynn
Your
hasn't
passcode
strangled.
for getting away scot-free is...
11101.
Can I get that get out of jail free card for that chance card there? I could really use that right about now.
All right. Well, Lynn, you are already directed inside. You
She's not going inside.
Oh, you don't want to?
No. I'm with the guy who tried to take
Lady.
control of my brain. Sorry. Yes, lady.
Are you gonna try to persuade her in, or are you just gonna let her wait?
I'll let her wait.
Okay. Well, it looks like Lynn has not been brave enough to go inside.
It's not bravery. It's stubbornness.
You watch the two of them. I mean, they basically went, as you said, behind the tree and had this conversation, though you might have heard definitely some, like, raised, hushed voices. But they make their way on back. Still,
Rune
all you can
clearly
hear
have
is just
panicked
the
me of trying to persuade for calmness and clear thought. You know.
Yep. But you can just hear the record repeating over and over and over.
I just
inside the
walk past
caravan.
the two of them and go inside angrily.
Knock at least.
I'm not in the mood.
Oh, sorry.
Well, he goes straight on through, and you see a older woman. Now, she has very sunken in features. It makes her look rather skeletal. She has fairly large ears as well, but that really isn't what draws your attention. It's her hands. She has really
Oh,
long,
nice pedicure. Oh.
like hag raven hands, and you can tell it's just her nails. Her nails are extremely long, but it just looks. She does have a very nice, like, gypsy headband on that she wears. Looks pretty cute. But as soon as you come on in, she starts to light up something. It looks like just like a handful of some sort of plant that she lights and kind of waves around.
I'm gonna start using my bloodhound all the time. Okay, I'm gonna smell what I can in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll your bloodhound, and I think I'd take a mental for this.
Okay, let's see. The highest mental
Yeah.
comes out to 4.
You smell sage. Lots and lots of
3
sage.
successes.
What'd you get?
3 successes.
Oh, wow.
Gonna say, wait, do we have the dice roller pulled up? Or just this
Yeah,
time?
3
Yeah, do you have it pulled up?
successes and 1 critical failure.
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter, no.
All right. You instantly take it in as it smells like It smells like cleansing, almost like it reminds you of laundry detergent. You recognize it as sage. It's very common in many cultures, honestly. A lot of different ones around the world use it. And it's also really good at hiding really bad, nasty stenches, which is how you're more known to know about it.
Like vampires.
But she has lit up some... right.
Bodies.
But she has lit up the sage, and she is going to say to you, Rune, as she speaks, that she will take one at a time. You are first. Take a seat.
All right. Let's chair back and plop myself down.
All right. Who was going to try to go behind Rune?
Well, I would have stepped up to the stairs, and I'm assuming Lynn and the good doctor were right there, and...
I'm like standing the closest to the door.
Okay.
Just like ready to walk out if things get too crazy.
Apparently she might be able to help you with whatever was left behind from that horse thing.
Well, she will let whoever comes in next know that she will take one at a time, and she will ask you to please wait outside.
So we will patiently wait outside, but I'm
going
to try to persuade Lynn that it would be in her own best interest. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
She agrees and leaves, saying good luck to Rune.
I'll just tip the hat a little bit.
I'm sure Rune's a big boy. He's not going to let the little old lady go ahead and carry him a new one.
That's
Not that
what
she
I'm worried
would.
About. That's not what I'm worried about.
Someone would look at him like, what's she worried about that?
Well, she kind of waves the sage around the room, and she grabs a deck of cards as she waves it around the cards as well.
Okay.
As it burns up, she sets it up in a little stand as it just now is just smoldering. And she opens up the deck, and she's going to hold out the cards, and she's going to give them to you. You've seen this. It's tarot cards. I mean, it's all over media.
Mm-hmm.
And she will ask you to take a few deep breaths. She will say, very good, and she will ask for the cards back.
Okay.
She then begins to shuffle them. Shuffle them for a bit, as she then lays them out before you, and she's going to tell you to pull a card.
I will pull a card.
Alright, she will motion for you to set it on down. She will tell you to pull another.
Okay.
Set it on down. And a last. Very good. She takes the rest of the cards as she sets them down. And she motions for the first card. She tells you that this card represents what you can do to surrender to the change in your life. And she's going to flip it. Boop. It is the Hierophant. It is reversed. Oh, she tells you that this is the Hierophant. It stands for rebellion, submersiveness, freedom, and personal beliefs. Oh, she tells you that you need to develop your expertise and have faith that you are a master in the making, dear. Now this card, well, she says this one offers direction on caring for yourself during this process. She's going to flip it. It is the Ten of Swords, also reversed. This card is for recovery, regeneration, and resisting an inevitable end. Yes, you must protect yourself while the storm rages, and focus on rebuilding after it passes. And you notice by this time that she has like a headband on, yes. And it seems like it's getting pretty moist. Like she's really sweaty, perhaps. It's hard to tell really color since it is a dark headband, but You notice it by now, as she then motions for the third card. She tells you that this one serves as a guide for centering yourself in the midst of this change. She's going to flip the card. It is the Chariot, upright. This one stands for direction, control, willpower, determination, success, and action. You need to look upon the movements of change as full of promise and adventure. She is going to reach down and she pulls up what looks to be a crystal ball. Very gimmicky, but yeah, looks like it is nice quality as she sets it on down. She's going to tell you to touch it, dear. Let us see what it has to say.
I'll look a little bit inquisitively at her, but then I'll reach out and touch the ball.
You see that image begin to form within the center of the orb. Oh, she tells you that is the bishop. Interesting. She is then going to pull her hands away. Let you kind of like rest them.
Okay.
Oh, she says, I hope this helps, dear, but please, if there's any questions that you wish to ask, I will tell you what I know.
How much of tonight do you know about?
Quite a bit, but not much at all.
Puzzling. What would you advise for, what would be your best advice in general?
I think you should trust yourself, dear. That is what I think you should do. You are better than you think.
Oh boy, I was kind of hoping for some straightforward answers. I am saying that in character.
I will tell you this. The prince is not to be trusted. He cares only for bloodshed. That is how he keeps his position, dear.
That is very useful. Well, that changes some of my plans.
As I said, trust yourself and maybe prove that you are worth something to offer him.
I see. Can you think of anything that would be an astounding thing to prove one's worth?
As I said, just put faith that you are good, dear. You are stronger than you know.
Well, thank you for your time. I'll start to get up and start heading out.
She will ask if you could bring in Theo, please.
Sure. I'll head on outside. Hey, Theo. She wants you next.
I'll look at Lynn, but I get... Okay?
Just do it, please.
Sure, I guess. Sorry, Lynn. Apparently there's a line that was set before I even... Okay, then.
He's
You
just
look
gonna.
defeated.
I
Good.
will likely knock on the wagon door before entering.
Oh, she tells you to come in.
I'll go next to Lynn, and I'll pull out some cigars that I, have, and I'll offer her one.
She's just gonna wave it away. It's like, no.
All right.
thanks.
Well, I'll put the other one away, and I'll light mine.
Smoking is a vampire.
Hey, it's the only thing I can taste.
As you come in, she has what you recognize immediately as with your occult, with a mound of sage that she is using on the room. Waves it around as she then grabs a deck of cards. Motions for you to take a seat.
Don't know if I'm going to be purified by that, but it is worth an effort, I suppose, as I sit down.
She tells you that the common practices of old do a lot more good than you'd think. After all, we come from very old stories.
That is true. It is interesting how many of those stories would actually hold the truth. That might be interesting, studying the old tales to see if there's kernels of knowledge buried within myth of old. I'll have to look that up sometime.
She's going to motion for you to take the cards into your hands. She's going to ask for you to take a few deep breaths.
Yes.
She will then take the cards back, shuffle them. As she will do the same, she'll ask you to pick 3 cards, and she will have you lay them out one at a time.
I will, without trying to think about it too much, instinctually pick 3 cards and put them down.
Okay. As before, the first card represents what you can do to surrender to the change in your life. She is going to flip over for you. It is the Magician. It is upright. She tells you it is for manifestation, resourcefulness, power, and inspired action. Oh. You should trust your inspiration. You are smarter than you think. She flips the second card. Once again, offers direction on caring for yourself during this process. Flips over. The 6 of Cups, upright. This is for revisiting the past, childhood memories, innocence, and joy. You should look at your past as a repository of wisdom to be applied judicially in the present. Oh, and she then motions for the third card, which serves as a guide for centering yourself in the midst of this change. She flips over. Judgment, also upright. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, absolution. You then must let go of your past, for the future welcomes you with a bounty of growth and change.
Okay.
She's then going to take, once again, her crystal ball. She'll ask if you could touch it, dear.
As long as you're sure. Your pupil tried to touch me earlier, and it was not the best experience for her.
She tells you it's quite all right.
All right. I will gingerly touch the crystal ball, almost as if I'm afraid I might break it.
It explodes.
You see this image form inside the center.
Well, that doesn't look pleasant.
Oh, what have you done? What have you done, Melt?
Alright.
You read the bad book.
Alright, she tells you. Oh, and she looks at it inquisitively for a few seconds. So it's almost... Not afraid per se, but... as if she's never seen something quite like this before.
That makes 2 of us.
Yeah. Oh, she tells you that this is the Oracle. She'll let you go ahead and take your hands away.
And what am I supposed to divine from the Oracle?
Well, it is you, dear.
The Oracle of what? Oracles can bring good tidings, but also warnings of bad. They're neither a positive nor a negative, they just are.
She tells you you're going to do wonderful, dear. And you notice that she has on her headband, it looks like it is moist. Very much so, once again. It is a dark-colored headband. but you can see that it seems like this is very taxing on her.
You seem a bit strained. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I appreciate your concern, dear. You are very sweet.
So I need to look into my past, to use it to center myself and accept and process this change. But understand that I have to both surrender and accept what I am to become. And that is to be the Oracle.
You are doing great, dear. I can tell that you have a talent for these things. Maybe there's something to learn in that.
I appreciate your guidance. Vidoma, was it?
Yes. If you have any questions, I would be glad to answer what I can.
I think I will be ending up before the prince shortly, whether I choose to or not. But I do not recall or know anything about this prince. Would you happen to know their name or anything that would be beneficial for me to know about them?
She asks if it is that you have to or that you feel you must.
I feel that it is a matter of time.
I'll tell you what I can. His name is Kevin Jackson, and he is... I do not want to use the word evil, but that is the one that I think fits best. He cares only for blood. It is fear that holds him in that position.
Oh, goodness. That is useful information. Once again, thank you. Is there anything one could do to stay on Mr. Jackson's good side?
Prove your worth. Prove that you are worth something to him. Offer him something. That is the best way to make yourself here, if you wish to abide by his rules.
A man that rules through fear and bloodshed holds the title of prince. What do I have that I could possibly prove or offer to him? And the only hint I have to survive this change is knowledge of my past, which still remains clouded and foggy to me ever since the change.
As soon as you understand your past, you will have something to offer him.
Thank you. You have given me a most valuable lead, I am sure. Since this is apparently taxing on you, I will not pester or push further. Thank you again, Vidoma. If there's anything I can do for you in the future, please let me know.
Oh, you are very sweet, dear. Of course, now bring in Lynn. I think I am ready.
Understood. I'll get up gingerly and walk out. As I pass Lynn, I'm going to go and say...
As well? Does he look defeated as well?
I don't know, ask him.
Not, I'm trying to judge, just fine. Oh, that's fair.
What's your character's face coming out of this? Like, what's on your face? Because Rune looked defeated when he came out, and I was like, good.
No, contemplative. Definitely
Good.
very
Good.
You know, like he's got 1,000,001 thoughts rolling through his head at the same time.
Dome was nailing it. Excellent.
Yeah. Lynn, she wants you next, but go easy on her. I think she might be feeling a bit tired.
Very well, I guess I'll get this over with.
Alright, you make your way on inside, and she is clearing the room once again with a ball of herbs, but she also has surrounding the room a lot of just smaller incense that burn as well. These ones have a pretty thick scent, even past the sage. It seems she probably has about 5 of these centered around the room with the sage she also carries. As she tells you to take a seat, dear.
She does so. She's very on guard because she's the person that was called the master of the one who just tried to take control of her brain. So she's not she's not that trusting right now.
I understand. She then places what's left of the sage on the stand as she then takes a deck of cards, shuffles them a bit as she then asks for you to please hold them, dear, and take a few deep breaths.
She'll take them.
Take just a few breaths. I guess.
Just like,
vampires don't need to breathe.
Yeah.
After a few moments, she then will take the cards from you as she then shuffles them and shuffles them. She will then ask for you to take 3 cards of your choosing and lay them face down as you pull them out.
Okay.
And she's, very careful. She's, trying to be very, if she's passing to you, she won't touch you. She's being very careful about that.
She's very coronavirus conscious.
Yep. Social distancing.
Yeah, As she then motions to the first card, she tells you once again, this represents what you can do to surrender to the change in your life. And as she flips it, she tells you that this is strength, it is upright, represents strength, courage, persuasion, influence, and compassion. You must clearly distinguish between your ego and your intuitive self. Second card offers direction on caring for yourself during this process. Dun-dun-dun. This is the sword, upright as well. Positivity, fun, warmth, success, vitality.
You mean sun?
Let your light shine. Be confident in the sacred power of your original nature. Third card serves as a guide for centering yourself in the midst of this change. It is the King of Swords. This is reversed. Quiet power, inner truth, misuse of power, manipulation. Listen to the inner wisdom offered by the wise elder that dwells inside of you. She will then take out the crystal orb, but she will then set it before you and ask for you to place your hands upon it.
Gonna kind of withdraw a little bit and raise an eyebrow before touching it with one finger.
Touch it with one finger as an image begins to form in its center. It looks something like that. She tells you the rider. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you, though, dear, does it? After all, that's how you got here in the first place. Well, I'm certain you have many questions, and I will offer you what I can. But there is something that I think you must know. Now, I cannot direct what you should do for your destiny. But I will say this, I have seen your destiny entwined with the force of pure chaos and destructive terror. It is wielded by dancing birds of the night. Well, your spirit is in danger, dear. And you must watch that beast that fuels your body. It cannot be trusted.
I already knew that. That last part.
I worry for all of you. I do. But there is something that is latched upon you. You must be careful. I do not think your destiny with that beast is over. It will be back for you.
Why me?
You are its rider.
Didn't feel like it for a bit there.
Isn't that what you wanted, though? A challenge when you looked into this horse?
Yes, but I didn't want to be dominated.
Oh, I am sorry, dear. I know it is a terrible experience. But you are its rider, and you cannot forget that. Remember your place, dear.
Just kind of leaning back in the chair now, just contemplating really deeply.
She will call for you, Doctor.
Mama
She will
Samash.
She will ask for you to bring everyone in, please.
Oh, I'll go ahead and gather the other two.
I'll put out my cigar.
Oh, by the way, while Lynn was in there, I would have been going through my phone if it had battery left at all, trying to dig up any clues about my past. No time like the present, right?
Did you ever charge it, or no? I don't think so.
No, but then again, who said I had it on, period, so it's probably been sitting in my pocket turned off this whole time.
Oh, let's use the dice roller. You know what?
But then again, who knows how old the phone is, so battery might be shot on it.
Yeah. Alright, well, trying to turn it on. There is some charge that'd be left on it, for sure. Low, but there is some. I mean, as you kind of flip through it, it's like factory settings, almost. I mean, it's not like there's anything to be found besides sample pictures and no contacts, unfortunately.
Damn. Other than the contacts that I put in there when I met my patron? Would that be the term I would use?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anything you've put in since then, yeah.
Okay.
AFK, real quickly.
Okay.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So I'm going to have to go ahead and find a charger for this thing at the very least. Okay.
I just need like a basic USB one, thankfully.
Oh, great. It's not an Apple? That's good.
Nope.
$30 later for a new charger.
Right, yeah.
God damn. The Apple ecosystem. Aren't you glad you avoided it? No offense to those watching that love Apple. I'm sure.
You just make poor life choices. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Paying a premium for style, I'm sure. Okay. So really, nothing that I can glean from the phone really to dig into my past.
No, honestly, the strangest part about it that I can say is, I mean, you don't really recognize the brand of the phone.
Okay.
And the internet is called ShrekNet instead of, like, internet.
ShrekNet?
Yeah.
I think I remember hearing the story behind that one.
Oh, there's a story.
Yeah, I know.
Here it is.
I could see the smile on Taylor's face. Okay.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, that's really about it.
Okay. So where do I start for looking for clues for my pen? Okay. Well, I suppose if the phone's a no-go and AT is still AFK, I suppose I could be trying to, I suppose, meditate or something to try to dig up any past memories.
Couldn't hurt.
Couldn't hurt.
I guess in the meantime, I'm gonna look on my phone and look at the news.
Yes.
Look at.
I want to see if there's anything about the beach. And I want to see anything about that car crash, or that big pile up from the same day, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, the first things that you're gonna see pulling up is the whole ocean front of Chicago has been blocked off. I mean, there's really very little information to go off of at the moment, but it seems like, there was some sort of explosion and a toxin was released. It seems like it was, mostly like oil from how the stories are going. They're looking at all the different versions. But, basically for safety concerns, the whole area has been, shut off and no information on what caused the explosion or any of that. What the ships were, what exactly they actually were carrying besides just guesses. For the car crash, you get more details as more time has passed since then. There is claims that, there was just a wild horse that was running rampant that caused a bad accident.
Oh.
Yep.
God, fucking damn it.
Alright, I'm back.
So, that one's straightforward.
Okay, I put my phone into airplane mode and I put it back in my pocket.
You all make your way inside.
Yeah, turn my phone off.
Dog's
and do
gonna
the
stay
same.
out.
Yep.
I don't think Lynn has ever owned a phone, actually.
No, I mean, you said she's been around for 60 years. She's made that this
as
whole
a vampire.
As a vampire, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, you never had that conversation with someone. Oh, let me go ahead and call you.
No. She's very much the hermit out with her animals.
Was.
Oh, hopefully she can go back to that by the end of this.
Well, apparently you need to deal with a
maybe
certain
not in
horsey
Chicago, but if
first.
you want to go get another farm somewhere else, maybe.
Well, that's if the horse doesn't follow her.
More
I
doggies.
didn't like that sound that Catherine just made.
As you all go inside the caravan, Dog, I said, will stay out front. She, kind of looks you all over, and you all have seen her at least once now, so all of you gather that she has changed her, band from the last time that you guys saw her.
Suspicious.
And she kind of motions for the ladies to take a seat, for the men to stand.
Sexist.
Yep.
I'm
old.
It's only proper.
I'll sit.
Well, children,
Rude, if you really want to sit, I'll get up.
There you go. She says that she is sorry, children, but I must say that your number of enemies grow, and the number of friends that you have are shrinking with each night.
For us to have a number of friends shrinking, we would have had to have friends to begin with.
You had very many potential, but this path you walk will make it difficult for them to be kept. For now, you must choose where you rest carefully, and you need to decide who you trust even more so.
Rune, do you think we should be able to go back to your place before the sun comes up? Because, we already had someone show up knocking, rather writing
Yeah, we're
in
not staying there.
Crayola.
We're just gonna grab some stuff and never go back there.
I promise you that tonight, and maybe for a few nights, there is someone who will offer you refuge. He should be here now as you sit with me. He will speak with you as you leave.
And this person's name would be?
Oh, he is a very good friend of mine, a friend of both of ours, as she motions to the doctor. Her name's gonna be hard to say, so Doctor's gonna be my cheat.
Amala Shamash.
Amala Smash.
Amala. Ugh, I know, I feel like I just say it wrong.
It's just squinting suspiciously at the doctor.
And she tells you that he is a Nosferatu. That is his clan, I should say. His name is Bowman. He specializes in secrets and hiding, more specifically. He is who has kept me safe from such people that I have mentioned before. But she says to all of you that if there's anything that she can do to help, and she looks at you, Amala, she's, if you have any questions, please ask. But for now, you will be kept as safe as I can, and I won't be able to stay here long. Unfortunately, I can see that things are getting much darker here, too dark for someone like me. But you have already been gifted an angel. You shall be kept safe.
If he gets, or if she's called an angel one more time.
Theo just raises an eyebrow and just doesn't comment. It's like, okay, so now I know where it's coming from. Got it. Well, I suppose, unless anybody has any questions for Madame Vadoma, we should probably head out and talk to this Bowman.
I suppose.
Thank you once again for your time, and Theo will turn and start walking out.
Alright, you guys make your way on out. Still, there is the incense that burn. And you leave, and no, there's no sign of anyone who stands outside here. It looks like it is, still just the car and the motorcycle.
Where's the dog?
I have a few questions when everyone leaves.
Oh, you want to stay and ask a few things. Okay, yeah. No sign of the dog either.
Ben's a little bit sad about that. Didn't like that dog.
It's the only thing you liked about the whole situation so far, I think.
And as you guys make your way on out, you notice that the Amala has not followed you. She has stayed inside.
I'm gonna hang out next to the door and listen in on the conversation.
Alright, I mean, roll me a... let me see I'll see what you got. I got your sheets here. What would make the most sense for you? Obviously, you can't sniff this one out.
No.
Yes, let me listen into the conversation with my nose.
Yeah, my nose is just poking in the fucking doorway, yeah.
Yeah, roll me a wits and awareness.
Okay. Wits. Where is it? Wits. Awareness. Aha. Oh, fuck.
That's always a good sound.
It's a great roll.
Ooh. You got a success in there.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Hear a large thump against the door.
I'm just leaning casual.
We'll see what you can hear.
Big old creak
Not
in
much.
the wood.
You stay, so you just stay seated. She asks if you are okay, dear.
Well, I just ask her how I will know how to reach her again when the time is right.
I will not be leaving quite yet. I will stay for as long as I can. But Bowman will keep you in contact. He can be trusted. He cares very much for our people.
Well, then I will thank her. Give her a hug. And then I'll leave. That's all I needed.
She gives you a hug. I mean, she's very, scrawny,
Uh-huh.
But she gives you a hug as she I mean, she's like looks at you, but she's looking, you know, somewhere else. Though you do feel, I mean, it is closed at the moment, so. But she lets you leave. All that you really hear, I mean, with one success, is her voice, you know, usually gets like loud when she first starts, so you hear like the noise of her voice, but what she really says, you don't really pick much on besides just the repeating of that recorder over and over again.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-numbing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh my god. Oh, I need to roll investigation right now.
I'm thinking, out of character, I'm thinking that we're not going to see Vidoma for a while because even Catherine is getting tired of the gypsy music at this point.
Right. Get her out of here. But you make your way out with everyone else. I mean, Rune was like leaning in, just waiting.
You know, just leaning against the side of the hut or wherever it is.
I'll give a nice shoulder pat on my way by.
No sign of.
I'll say, "Don't touch me again," or I'm gonna rip that arm off.
The question, of course, being that Vidoma seemed to be knowledgeable. She said he was here, going to be waiting outside for us. Could it simply be that he is here and just beyond our ability to notice?
Well, good doctor, why don't you call out to him? Maybe he'll show up.
He is your friend, is he not?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bowman, we would like to talk with you.
Alright, you call out as the door of your Prius, the back seat door, opens on up as there is a dog that jumps on out as a fairly lanky, though not too incredibly tall gentleman, completely covered head to toe in either suit, and if there's skin, it is bandages. But even still, you can't help but notice the almost elf-like ears, extremely dead cold, scrawny eyes, and, well, monster mouth. There's no other way to put that. But he makes his way on out as he stands up. He's gonna come on over, and he basically kind of like, you know, cleans the suit up for any like crinkles from sitting in the car and any dog fur possibly.
I'll say, how long were you in the Prius for?
He says a minute.
Fair.
He smiles as he says that he's got a place for you guys to go. Now he's gonna have to say it's not exactly homely, but it's safe.
As a keeper,
I will take it.
Go ahead.
No, that's all I wanted to say. I will take it.
As a keeper of secrets, as I've been told you are, Bowman, I'm assuming you already know everything that has gone down tonight.
Oh yeah, he says he's already done his best to cover up what idiot even did it in the first place.
I'm gonna look over towards them all.
Do you know the original creature that was the cause of the situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
He tells you that now the thing is called like 50 different names in all honesty, but I mean, he says the term demon horse is pretty accurate.
Well, I mean,
seems about right.
Anything that can give off that much radiation, I'm assuming, would be a demon to a lot of people, but a tool to others.
He tells you that the name that he's used to being them called most often are the mounts of black spiral dancers. That's what he knows them as. He says nasty creatures.
I understand that the prince is very interested in the situation.
Oh, you think?
He gets a sharp smile at that as he says that can you blame him? He says a bunch of young, sireless vampires caused a huge expense on Camarilla dime. He says, are you really that surprised?
No.
Oh, he says this is a perfect time for him to show his authority.
Yes, quite, I'm sure. As a ruthless individual has an opportunity to prove that they are in power by flexing muscle? Would that be an apt term for his game plan?
He says he likes where you're going with it. He would say more so flexing potency. That's how he would put it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that you are definitely extremely well informed.
He smiles at that.
So it seems your dog, I'll tune in, seemed to encourage us to go to the beach.
He says that he knows exactly what all of you are looking for. Now, I mean, he apologizes if some of you got messed up in what his dog's trying to do. But he says that his dog is going to be taking care of a specific someone, so he says if he thought it involved you, don't flatter yourself.
Okay then.
Well, he's a very good dog.
Very
Yeah.
good dog that got us a shit
And
ton
he
of
is.
trouble.
Regardless, since you seem to be quite knowledgeable, and apparently the advice that I got from Madame Vadoma is to recover knowledge that I seem to be missing, is there any way that I could persuade you in digging up any information about an individual's past?
He says that he's been digging on you for a while. He's not gonna lie. He says you're the most interesting one out of all of them.
I wish I knew why. Quite literally.
He says that Tremere keep everything very, very quiet. Not only that, but they're not really keen on using technology in the first place, so it's near impossible to hack books, if you know what he's saying. Though not impossible.
Ciphers and encryption for current technology started with codes and things.
Yeah, he says he's
long
never
ago.
had a Tremere friend, until possibly now, so... he says maybe together we can make something work, but for now, that's way out of his league.
If I am to survive whatever may happen with the prince, supposedly the key is the past, or specifically my past. So if you do dig anything up, maybe I can give it a look over and turn heads or tails of it.
Well, he says at first he thought you were part of the Sombra clan. He says you have natural talents for the darkness, he's noticed. He says impressive. Really, it's only known to La Sombra.
Oh, you mean that feeling of that all-encompassing shadow you're referring to?
I mean, he's not quite sure exactly what it's like, but that sure damn sounds close.
Yeah. Just, you gotta have that moment and it's just there with you everywhere.
Yeah, he says it sounds terrible. Explains why they're all kind of assholes.
That sounds awful.
I don't know if it would be terrible. I mean, in a way, it feels kind of pressing, but some might take it as smothering, but, kind of also feels, kind of comforting. I mean, kind of like a weighted blanket. You know it'll always be there. But I guess that could also be like a pressure that might make some feel suppressed or pressured or trapped. So maybe it's just my unique perspective on it that's different.
He says that he finds home down, down, deep below, so he gets it. Many think it's claustrophobic. He thinks it's rather comforting.
Better to know the limits rather than to have infinite nothing.
Yeah, he nods.
Or infinite something.
He gets like a good look at you, and he Now I have to say, if you are what he thinks you are, you're definitely pretty, how should he put this? Weak.
Well,
He says it's not necessarily a bad thing.
I mean, if someone basically locked you up in a 1-by-1 for a couple months and poked and prodded you without you being able to get your feet underneath you at all, yeah, I'm sure you'd be the spitting image of fitting fighting strength.
He says they didn't do that for no reason. He says if he had to guess, you're probably like a glass cannon.
Sure. All the words that I was given willingly was failure over and over again. Many different ways of saying it, but it always amounted to the same thing. So, whatever you think I might be, according to them, I'm just plain not.
Well, he looks forward to unlocking more with your help. He says that he's, like I said, he's looked into all of you. Most of you were pretty boring. Most of you could probably get your shit together. But he says, but you were interesting. You found really next to nothing on you.
Great. The key to unlocking and surviving my situation, according to Vidodama, is understanding my past, and my past to the keeper of secrets, as she describes you, is indescribable.
Yeah. He says this is exciting. He says he looks forward to it. He's been wanting to get into some Tremere information for a while. It's just not that easy.
I don't know how much I'll be honestly able to provide you, but if the key to me surviving the situation is my past, and my past is unknowable, maybe that unknown could be played to my favor to handle the situation with the prince. That would require more cunning than I have available to me right now. But who knows?
He tells you don't touch yourself. You'll do great.
No problem. Glad Welches is very confident.
Does this place that we'll be staying at have a library or research material of useful knowledge that I could catch up on?
He tells you more than you know. He tells everyone to follow him, and he's going to get in the Prius.
Hell yeah.
He's not driving, though. Heck no.
I'm driving.
And he's going to get in the back seat. Bubba's going to get in back with him. Everyone piles on the motorcycle.
Are we gonna have 3 in the motorcycle? Jesus Christ, that's gonna be a shit show.
I mean, if it's a gypsy, encampment, wouldn't they have horses somewhere?
You're gonna steal a horse?
You do
I
not
would
see
ask
any.
for one. Dang it.
Well, I think the gypsies mostly cleared out before we showed up, from what I remember the description being, so...
Yeah, it's just her caravan. No horses, nothing. Just the big tree in the center and then the forest that surrounds it.
I'll just go over to my motorcycle and wait to see who gets on first.
I'm getting in a Prius, and I'm going to ask Mr. Bowman what he'd like to listen to on the radio.
I'm getting on the motorcycle.
I'm like, assuming that I read...
Man, that's a good question.
That's a good question, huh?
Reading the situation between Amala Samash and... I'm going to go ahead and assume that she's going to ride with Rune on the motorcycle at that point.
I'll kind of give you like a look to, get in the Prius, you'll find out what you can.
He sacrifices you to the Prius.
Apparently I'm riding shotgun with the good doctor because apparently
I love it.
I'm the conversation.
Hey, I have a nice view of the back of everyone's heads if something goes wrong.
Let's hope it doesn't. Hey, Daniel, welcome to the stream.
Yeah,
What
I'd
could
rather not
possibly
shoot my
go wrong?
only possible ally.
Considering he's leading us to a place where we can lay low, that has resources that we can help ourselves to, let's not piss him off.
I didn't
I
say I
just hope
was
he
going to
has a
shoot him. I
blood
just said if
dagger,
I had
too.
to shoot somebody.
Look, what?
So you got to think ahead, you know, worst case scenario.
And then you
Gotta
get
use
eaten
the
by a
wits.
dog.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool epic, boss fight.
Accidentally shoots Bowman, starts getting eaten by a dog, and then trampled by a horse. And then
Listen,
the prince decides
if
to
I do
stake
shoot him,
you.
which I won't, if I do,
let's not resort to violence.
it's not going to be an accident.
Let's play it by ear and not think that we have to shoot Bowman.
If I wasn't playing on it, it's just, worst case scenario. Calm down. It's not going to happen. See, there he goes.
Oh.
Alright,
That's a loud
Theo.
Prius. Holy.
What does Bowman want to listen to?
I mean, this isn't really that interesting, but this is what he's gonna want to listen to. I'm sorry, but he wants to listen to the news. He wants to hear what the reporting is right now. I know it's
Absolutely. News.
sorry.
It's not surprising for an information broker.
Yeah. But
Staying
he is
informed is his job.
he's gonna basically let you. There's only like one way in, one way out to this area, so
One way in, no way
Yeah.
out.
you basically get on the road. He instructs you to take the left as you are just on dirt road, though it is still road, as you start to make your way, as you know, out of countryside, until after a few, several thousand feet, he's actually going to instruct for you from the exit. He's going to instruct for you to kind of go off the road a bit. And there's still open space, so it's not too bad, though it is very bumpy, I imagine, in a Prius. He is leading you to a big ol' sewer entrance that seems to you enter through countryside and it starts leading towards Chicago. And he is going to get outside of the vehicle as he's gonna, motion for you guys to stay, as he's going to exit and he's going to direct you to approach. And you can see with your headlights that it is just a large sewer entrance, though it is dotted within the walls and outside are various colors of just jumbled block graffiti. Does anyone have Streetwise?
I have a point in Streetwise, yes.
Okay, roll me either a charisma
I've got
or
three in Streetwise.
Yeah, you guys can either roll me a charisma or mental and a Streetwise. I could take for this.
I'll take a mental on that one.
Okay.
So just by themselves or both?
Yeah, together. If your charisma's higher than your mental, whichever one, and then
I had 2
Streetwise.
successes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have Streetwise, so I'm missing out on this roll.
So
Same.
3. 1 success out of 3.
I have a feeling that Theo found himself more at home in a library than on the street.
Right. Alright, then it is Rune. You recognize one of the blocks, and this block is untouched. It seems like it's been left alone. It is the symbol for the gangster disciples.
Hey.
It's immortal. I mean, gang, it's not... Oh, who knows, honestly, now with everything going on. They could be vampires at this point, but as you know, it's just a group of... I mean, that's it. They just cause a lot of problems for Chicago. They're known to be one of the most violent out of many of them. And they've been on the uprise fairly recently. Yeah, yeah. There is a small trail of water that lies stagnant within the hole. You can tell that this is probably more so for rainwater than sewage. And there hasn't been a rain for quite some time, so it seems pretty dried up. And he is going to guide the vehicles into the entrance. For you guys to drive it inside the sewer entrance. He looks like he's trying to obscure the cars and motorcycle from the path. And he's going to take you in about 300 feet until you are blocked by a chain link gate fence.
Alright, I need to go ahead and take care of something real quick. for those that don't know, my mother is elderly, and there's an evening medicine that she just started that has to be taken at this time. So I'm going to step away for a moment, make
Absolutely.
sure that gets taken care of, and I will be back in just a little bit. But feel free to continue without me if you want to.
Okay. You want to do a small break?
Yeah, we could do a bathroom break.
Okay, yeah, that seems fine. It has been about 2 hours, so it makes sense. You know what? Then I might as well.
Did it? Just cause everybody to just AFK?
We just decided to take a break.
Okay. All right. I tried to hurry back as fast as I could, but okay.
We decided to like have a
2 hours into the stream,
protest.
everybody break time. Okay, got it. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna go
Potty
get
break time.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee then if people are still.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
How'd you like the birthday pizza?
It was great. Jalapenos, I can respect.
Oh, Crowley found his cowboy hat.
Hey. Yeah, because you wanted a pepperoni and mushroom, and I was like, well, I'm just going to build a really good second pizza. You're lucky, though. I was tempted. I was like, all right, I'm going to do pineapple. I'm going to do...
artichoke and anchovy.
Yeah, I was going to make like a real gross one for you, but I decided not to.
No,
It
that
was your
was
birthday. It was supposed to be something nice.
I wasn't expecting the cinnamon rolls or whatever they're called.
Well, it's a birthday. Of course you get a little dessert.
The pizza is the dessert.
No, the pizza's
Welcome
the
back.
meal.
Thank you.
The cinna rolls were to the dessert.
Cinnarolls, are they kind of like little cinnamon buns?
Yeah.
That's what they look like, yeah.
Ooh.
It's like a 6-pack or some nonsense.
Yeah, probably best that I don't get anything like that. I would not be able to, like, eat just one, I think. That's the problem. Me and sweets, oof.
If Crowley didn't eat everything I sent him in one go, I'll be very sad. We had to have completely finished both pizzas and the dessert.
You want me to die of diabetes?
Diabetes.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I'm an angel.
No, you're a fucking monster.
Angel of Temptation, yeah?
I'm great.
Vern's gonna hate you for a while.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, honestly...
Lots of people hate doctors. We know what's best for you, and you just want to fight against it. Whatever.
It was
You'll
best
learn
for
with
me to
time.
blow up a demon horse using foam.
Yeah, absolutely.
The best thing I could
She
have done is
suggested
not...
D&T. We did much better than TNT.
I mean,
I was like, maybe we lure it out of its freaking, best defensible area to the least defensible area,
I
then
wanted to.
neutralize it. But no,
I
let's
should've
blow it up
let-
right in its home turf where it's got the most defenses.
Oh,
Look, I'm not gonna risk our
hindsight.
lives.
Such
Are you
a
kidding
cruel
me?
mistress.
Hmm.
We're not gonna risk our lives. What do you mean? What's happening right now?
We're becoming fugitives. It's different.
Yeah. That I remember that movie, Fugitive.
And we're just temporary fugitives until we can either learn something or do something cool enough where the prince is like, well, don't blow up any more beaches. You're a dead motherfucker. Deal?
He likes to kill people as a hobby.
Then
As
we
a
have
hobby.
we have to do something really cool. Don't you worry.
No, we don't
blowing
have to
up
do
a
something really cool. We just have to prove that we're useful. So
Yeah.
if we prove that there was this extraordinary creature that had posed a problem or risk to Chicago, and we resolved it successfully and can prove that, then we might literally be his spook squad next time.
Or we make the demon horse eat the prince.
Oh, yeah. We go ahead and turn
That's
the
my
Hell
favorite
yeah.
plan.
Yeah, let's just remove the prince and hope that the next one's a little bit more agreeable.
Why don't we become the next one?
Yeah, we're
yeah,
going to
that'll
the
last long.
We have a demon horse friend.
The thing about being prince is you've got to have a target on your back 24/7. Do you really want that?
I already got one.
It's a demon horse.
Mm.
All right, well.
I
All
think
right.
we're ready.
So the vehicles are brought in about 300 feet to obscure them until you are stopped by a chain link gate with a padlock. And he motions for y'all just to wait as he's going to use a small key, open up this large gate, and wave you all to further your vehicles inside. You guys make your way behind this gate until there is no more. Fortunately now it's just a small, manhole you're gonna have to get through, so your vehicles are stopped here. You park the Prius and motorcycle as Bowman pulls down canvas screens behind this locked chain gate. And with what little moonlight bounced through this and the lights of the car shut off, you are plunged into pitch darkness. The only thing that's really visible in this darkness is the faint reflection of Bowman's white, beady eyes. As he tells you all to follow him, it's not that far, and Bubba's going to keep watch. He's going to give Bubba some scratches as he just kind of go on over in between where you guys park the vehicles and just kind of lay down.
Taylor.
Alright, I mean, one flashlight's more than enough, so... The pungent...
Colonel?
Yeah,
Do
but
we
you don't
really
get...
need night light?
Yeah, you guys don't have dark vision. You have low light vision, but not dark vision.
Dang
This
it.
takes- I know. Though there is a discipline for it, so I think it's Auspex, if I'm not mistaken. But one flashlight is more than enough, as the pungent smell of old, earthy rainwater fills your nostrils. And that small trail of water grows into a little bit bigger of like a stale pool. Still enough for you guys to walk along the sides and avoid it. But he's going to lead you, as something that you can see before you, to an intersection that looks to have been knocked down as bits of cement and brick lie in the water. And it's straight ahead of you. He's going to lead you forward straight to that. And you have to climb up into this broken entrance. You can tell that it wasn't done perfectly, rather quickly.
Whoa.
The ceiling is now hung low, and everyone must hunch down to even fit through.
Definitely not welcoming, which means it won't attract many guests. Which, in our case, is probably a boon.
Are there any blood bags down here?
Yeah, Bowman says up ahead as he says he's got a few. He asks if you've got cash.
You take credit.
He tells you yes.
Oh, I wasn't expecting a serious answer.
And you guys, you don't have to climb, just hunch down as you make your way through. And who's immediately behind Bowman? Is it you, since you have the flashlight? You notice that he makes a sudden lunge forward as there's a sharp squeak that echoes through the tunnel. And you're right in front of it, so you can see as he just has a pretty big rat that he holds onto as he bites down onto it. And within mere seconds, I mean, this thing is just...
Here's a rat.
Yeah.
It goes from being a nice fat rat to a very skinny raisin.
Oh, he's gonna ask for you to pass it to Lynn. He thinks that her new pet might want it as leftovers. Are you gonna give it to Lynn?
Is it a dead rat?
Yeah, it's just a dead rat that's now basically just drained dry.
I think he's attempted some form of joke. I do not get it.
There is you hear a little bit of like a rumbling, like laugh as he's just gonna continue forward. And you see from the bend ahead, finally, some light that hits the back wall. And as you make the turn, you are brought to an open basement-esque area.
Well, I will offer to Lynn, but if she gives me the no, I was going to toss it off to the side.
Oh, you actually want to?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, she'll take it, but she's just gonna look at you like you're pathetic and just throw it away.
Yeah, like I said, if you have like the I'll just like toss it myself. Like, no? Okay.
he said, you know what? Oh, yeah.
There's bits of trash and abandoned furniture that decors the otherwise fairly barren room. And, well, he tells you here we are. Make yourselves at home. He tells you, hey, if you want a blood bag, he sells them for $210. He says if you want a Glock, he's got one for $499.97. Oh, he's got a Magnum right now for $389.97. And I mean, you're young. He says you might want to use a sun bag. He says they're $139.95.
A sun bag?
Yeah.
What's that?
He tells you if you get caught in the sun, you quickly get yourself in one so you don't instantly die.
And how much are those?
He tells you $139.95.
Oh, a steal. I'll put on the credit card.
Absolutely. If you hand him a credit card, he's gonna take it. He's gonna look at anyone else for any bidders. Seems like he does this pretty frequently.
Unfortunately, the place that I left did not give me the option to have any such belongings with me. So I have no means to offer payment for such goods. Maybe sometime in the future.
Oh. I'll buy this one. I'll hand over a credit card.
What do you want to get? The sun
Yeah. 2 sunbags.
2 sun bags. Oh, 2 of them.
Yeah.
Good lord. Alright. Well, he's gonna take the cards, and you're gonna watch, and I mean, actually in the picture it's pretty good. You can see that there is a small chain gate that he's going to unlock, and he squeezed past what looks to be possible, like, trash bins, that kind of just containers, as he just disappears into the darkness that's behind there.
I'm assuming, since there are lights in the picture that you have on the screen, that this place does have power?
Yep.
Okay. Is there any sort of map or anything that gives the layout of the place?
No, nothing like that. I mean, you can tell there's some definitely, like, markings from, you know, the construction of whatever they were planning to do or what. Yeah, there's still a little bit of graffiti, though not as bad as the entrance.
It's probably infrastructure they were planning for, like, tunnel systems for a subway or something, but the budget for it probably got slashed last minute, so it's all left abandoned, and he just happened to acquire it, and then maybe make a few maps disappear, so it doesn't appear anymore.
No scratch, baby.
Yeah, that's usually how they work it.
I'll ask him if he sells any ammunition.
Well, if he's selling Glocks and Magnums, probably.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna yell out as he's making his way. He's got ammunition for the Glock and for the Magnum.
I meant for my own gun. I got a revolver.
He'll take a look.
Alright.
Ask if he sells a laptop.
If he sells a laptop?
Yeah, it'd be useful to have one.
Yeah, he'll tell you to come back here.
Oh, excellent.
I'll also
motion.
ask, hey, do you got any flavored blood bags?
Flavored?
Really? You don't get a response from him.
I'll take that as a no.
Oh, I suppose you would prefer whiskey blood bags then.
I mean, some whiskey would be good about now, yeah.
Catherine,
Yes.
because of Lynn drinking from blood bags more often than not, does she have any, like, black market contacts?
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could get them if you needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, due to your feeding style. That's the whole reason why you got streetwise in the first place.
Speaking of that, how much time is left in the night?
Probably 2 hours, in between 2.5.
After Bowman's done helping the others get what goods they need, ask him if he knows anything about this whole shadow bit, because he'd rather... I need to get a lay of the land, get an idea of the surrounding area if I'm going to be doing any hunting, and I'd rather do it without running into any nasty surprises.
Alright. Well, you want a laptop.
Yeah.
So, he's gonna have to take you back. So, he'll take care of that real quick then. So, he is leading you down. So, you have to squeeze past a few several trash cans. And it is pretty dark back here. But, you, Doctor, you are brought to a set of short stairs. And there is a big, heavy metal door that has caution and hazard signs that is all plastered on front of it. And he makes his way as he unlocks it, and it opens up to a very small room. It is filled with desks and cabinets covered with monitors, computers, hard drives, and miscellaneous junk. You see an antique stereo, some coding binders. You notice some comic books, all seeming to be relating to James Bond. And he has several fidget puzzles that, lays about. And, I mean, he's going to take a seat in his, it's like a swivel desk chair that he has. And, yeah, he's going to open up some of his drawers, pull out what looks to be just an older laptop. He's going to tell you to touch nothing.
I'm gonna try to open my third eye on him.
Ah.
You want to open? All right.
I get good insight on people when I look at them through my third eye.
Yeah, roll me a willpower.
One of these times you're gonna open that third eye and see something you definitely did not want to see.
I'm pretty sure that was about radiation. Mine was like, nope. Four successes with one crit and one.
Okay. You focus, open up your eye. Surprisingly, it's not that hard. Yeah.
Better at this.
Yeah, it seems like it comes naturally as you try to look, and that is one nice thing that is about Bowman that you instantly see. I mean, what you see is what it is. You're not really revealed any great secrets because you are looking at the great secrets as you speak right now, or as you guys are speaking right now.
He is the secret.
Well,
I am the gift.
it seems like he's put a lot of trust in even just showing you this place in the first place. But he's gonna grab one of the laptops, grabs a flash drive, hard drive. Takes a few moments. Honestly, it probably takes about 10 seconds, and he's then going to be handing you over the laptop. He tells you can look up almost anything, just don't be too stupid.
Well, I think. I asked how much for that.
He says that tell them that you paid him like, I don't know, $100. Oh, he'll give you a hug.
He's a nice young lad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he gives you a hug. If you had to guess from, I mean, he looks like an absolute monster, and he's so lanky, it's really hard to tell age or anything, but, you know, he's definitely like probably either older than you, if not your age, from what you can guess, but with the short amount of time you've had, though a few encounters. But, I mean, yeah, he'll give you a hug, and yeah, he tells you he's really glad that you're going to be staying, because he appreciates it. He says he feels like we've made good progress, and, you know, he thanks Vidoma for that, but, yeah. He says if you do take up what she does as well, he thanks you for that as well.
Of course. Say that the more people are willing to help me in my research, the faster it will progress.
Well, he's going to let you go out first. He has to lock up behind you, as he's going to come back.
I'll ask him as he's coming back. He's got any luck on sword.
Had any luck on sword?
Yeah, on sword.
Yeah.
Oh, your angel sword.
Oh god, yes.
He says the problem is with what you ask is that he knows what you're looking for.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'll ask him if something like that even exists.
Now look, he says now you're getting to some stuff that even he doesn't have the answers to, but supposedly, sure.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
He thinks it's more so not the thing itself, but who, you know, wields it kind of situation, in his opinion.
Go ahead, then I tell him I'm gonna need a proper sword. So I know nothing about swords.
I mean, he says he knows more about guns than anything like that, so he apologizes. But he is going to get a few things as you guys make your way on back. And he has, so... he can get... you wanted 2 sun bags, so... Yeah. You wanted just 1. So he can get the sun bags for you. They're right now just in, like, big kept package. But once you open them and they get air, they're going to bulk up in size. They are, like, big. They have to be, unfortunately. They keep out even just temperatures. cold, hot. They're like super sleeping bags, meant for like survival situations.
Does it roll up?
Oh yeah, it does. You have to like basically press the air out of it when you roll it up. It basically just like bulks up, and I mean.
I'm gonna keep mine in the box then.
There you go.
It comes in the box. Oh, excellent.
Yeah, no, it's in a box.
Okay.
It's just they usually cost around like, I don't know, $500 usually.
Oh, so he's giving us a deal.
Yeah, I mean, you have like all the information. Who knows if he even got these legally? He might have just. They definitely were meant to be in a retail store.
They just fell off the back of a truck somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah. He does have some revolver rounds. He has, I think, only, what, one? Yeah. He has one mag.
Well, revolvers aren't really magazines. I mean, they have like little clip.
Yeah, but that's about it.
I'll take it. How much?
I actually have a document for that, so.
$8.
Ooh.
Which one had
Outside of the campaign and everything.
Yeah.
Geeky, I feel you. I feel you. A 10-hour print, a 3D print, failing 6 hours in is rough. I wish you the best of luck with that. I do 3D printing, and I have a few 3D printing friends that watch the stream too. So, yeah.
Devastating.
Yeah.
I used to have a 3D printer. That thing was neat.
Yeah. I have a resin printer, so it uses a UV curing system to print as you go rather than the filament style. Was yours a filament or a resin?
Mine was one you put like the plastic in and then it like melted it down and shot it out into
That's
strands.
a filament, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the early ones, so I imagine it was the not as neat one.
Well, I mean, they all have different things that they're cool about, honestly, right?
It was great for making little props.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
So it'll cost $49.95.
Oh,
Nope.
right.
A bit steep, but I'll take it. You'll put it on the
Alright.
card.
Being that there is little time in the night, you mentioned something about the Sombras when it comes to that shadow. I'm assuming there's something special they can do with it.
Oh yeah, he tells you that that's their whole thing. He says that they control it. They can make a life almost from it. He says they can use it to travel. Oh, he's seen a lot of crazy things.
Would there be a way for one to attempt to try something like that?
I mean, he says it's not something that he's ever been capable of, but absolutely tells you that all you have to do is really try. I'm sorry, it's all you can really say. He's never been able to do it, and he'll never be able to do it.
Seems like there's a lot that I need to try to see if I can do. Being that I don't know the local area and I don't want to run into any sort of pitfalls, if one were to go out hunting, which directions would one go and which directions should one avoid? I would hate to come across any unforeseen accidents.
Look, he tells you that he's sorry about this, but he says the smartest thing he can do right now is just live off the bag.
Oh. I understand. Well, then, if I am to find a way to earn a source of revenue to afford bags,
Oh, he has a sharp smile.
how would one go about doing that?
I mean, he says he always needs things done.
Would this be a conversation maybe for tomorrow night then?
He says if you're willing to clean up the place, he said that would be great.
No, of course.
I suppose it's
A
better
bonus?
than nothing. I mean, and it's not worse as some tasks that I'm sure I could be asked to do.
Ah, he says it's great, thank you.
I will look for a stray trash bag that doesn't look like it's too full and start collecting what I assume is refuse.
He smiles as he says that he'll get you kids something to eat. But he
I
says
prefer
don't
the
get
heavy
used.
lifting form of labor if you have anything like that.
I'm gonna help you.
Oh, he says you get a good look at the place and you'll understand.
Okay.
But he does say don't get too used to his kindness. He does really like money.
Don't we all?
He's gonna give each and every one of you a blood bag.
Yay.
And it's just, I mean, it's just a basic red blood bag, red pallets, plasma, that kind of thing. You're not going to really get resonance from it, unfortunately, but if you do have hunger, it will slake one hunger off.
Yes.
Well, considering that I don't have any hunger yet, because I've thankfully been able to avoid that so far, before drinking the blood bag, I suppose I will, using some of the refuse. No, you know what? No. I'll just go ahead and take the blood bag and leave it at that.
Okay.
Too much is going on already. I don't want to cause more problems.
I'll ask how long these blood bags keep for.
Well, he says you better keep them cold if you're going to save them.
Is there a fridge?
He says he's got a fridge.
Alright, I'll save mine for later,
$200.
just in case.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone else, that's fine. If you don't want it now, you don't have to have it now.
Yeah, I'll let mine go to the fridge.
Yeah, well, if that's an option,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. But if anyone wants it now, slake it off.
Calm down,
Only one, though,
Geeky.
unfortunately. Alright.
Thank you for the bets. Sorry you had a rough day at work.
It's... Oh, that's all. I don't remember that. Perfect.
Nah, see, I'm the only one on my power trap like an asshole. So yeah, I'm a little thirsty, but I can't let them see an angel drain. That's fucked up.
I guess. But alright, he'll give the blood bag. If anyone wants it now, he'll save it. And he's going to make his way back into where he went before. He's going to squeeze through the chain link fence, lock it up behind him. And he's going to let you guys rest up here for the night.
I will do like I did last time. I will look for the most secure cubby I can find. I mean, there's no bathtub to lay down in this time, I'm
Right.
sure. But Theo's going to look for a small, easily defensible, confined space. Somewhere where he has as few ingresses as possible for someone to come at him through. Maybe it's a leftover from being in a cell for so long that he just prefers to have as many walls around him as possible with only one entrance.
This is probably more so what you're looking for then in his other picture of what
Yeah.
this place looks like. The other angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna keep cleaning up.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I'll
gonna start
see if I
cleaning
can
up.
find any large objects. I heard something about some heavy lifting.
It doesn't look like the pictures are showing many large objects that need moving. More just
There
straight
might be.
refuse.
I gotta look first. He's like
No,
a
the
crate.
only really heavy thing that you're gonna find is what most likely was supposed to be, I would say, oh gosh, I don't know cars very well, but were meant to be large wheels at one point, though there is no rubber, just like the base of car tires, but that's really like the heaviest thing that you find.
Alright, well, I'm gonna find a long hallway. I'm gonna move those tires and build a little wall, and I'm gonna see if I can find a chair. I'll put it behind the wall, and that's where I will sleep.
All right.
Kiki in my chat said a wheel rim. I'm assuming.
Sure, if that's what they're called. I have no idea. I don't know anything about cars. Where are you? I mean, you're gonna clean, I know, but where do you want to sleep?
It doesn't really matter. I'll just find a little alcove to slip off into. But before I start cleaning, if Mr. Theo's finding a place to go to bed, I'm going to pass the laptop over to him. Let him know he should be able to do all sorts of research with this. And that's it. I'm going to go to cleaning.
You really asked for a laptop just for me.
Of course. I'm going to start cleaning.
Thank you?
You're very welcome.
Does the laptop have any sort of internet access or anything of the sort?
Yeah, it's got ShrekNet.
Does ShrekNet have a search engine?
Yes, it does.
Well, then, I learned a whole myriad of different words today, La Sombra being one of them. So I'm going to, I suppose, do research. And go ahead and learn that. As much as I can find on the ShrekNet.
Let the wizard do research with technology.
Let the wizard do research. I like it.
Well, I mean, Oracle, Magician, I mean, depends on if you want to look at the cards that were pulled out, or...
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll anything to see if I find anything beneficial, or we'll just go ahead and leave it to RP?
Do you have technology, perchance?
I don't have technology. I do have research, I think, as a specialty in science. I do have academics.
Yeah, I could take research and a mental.
Research and a mental?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... I think that gives me 5. Let's see here. We're rolling d10s, yes, that's right. Oh. Forgot, I had to put a thing before it, don't I? Did pound sign roll?
Yes.
Two successes. No critical failures or successes, though. Just 2 standard successes.
Okay. So what you find a lot of is their name being brought up specifically with a group that they are in correlation to called the Sabbat. It seems like there's been a lot of incidences of violence caused by such group, and that is where their name kind of pops up a lot. And it seems like this group more specifically is like the leaders behind this gang, or however it works. I mean, Sabbat will just drive you into another deep end of it. Definitely sounds like these are gangs, but if vampires had gangs, almost. Where you have
kind of way that Vidoma referred to Bowman being a Nosferatu, and that is his clan. I could probably draw a similarity between these gangs being maybe different types of clans.
Perhaps, or at least gangs comprised of different clans.
Ooh.
Something like that.
Some sort of hierarchy of some sort.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And, well, if that's what I gather from...
You do get that they are, more specifically, their talents are for the shadows. It seems like they have often companions of like predators, though they are just made of shadows. Though it may come off as a cat, it's still just made of shadow. These kind of just stories, but that's really all that you find, besides just a lot of just deep web nonsense that's popping up just because of ads.
Okay. So, they often can create almost like a familiar out of the shadows. Maybe an embodiment of that need from within. Okay. Well, then I guess the only other thing I can look up is what this computer has on the Tremere.
Oh my. And the computer explodes.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I need to make a fresh roll for that?
Yes, please.
All right. Would do I still want to use the research, or will my knowledge of the occult be more beneficial?
Honestly, yeah, I'll take the occult. If
Okay.
you have more in that, at least. If not, you can go with research again.
Well, science research I have 1 in. Occult blood magic I have 3 in.
Ooh, yeah,
So.
then let's go for that.
Okay. Okay, and a mental as well, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so... Do I roll an extra one for the blood magic or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Tremere. I can take it.
Alright, well that'll be 8 then.
Oh my.
Yeah, well, let's wish me luck, because, you know, dice can go any which way.
The
Fair.
computer explodes.
Well, you know.
8 ones.
At least it was free, but hey, we don't know that.
Well, we did get a critical failure in there, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
That's good. Okay. Well, first thing that you will find is there's a lot of jokes. I mean, memes. I mean, you can tell they're attempts at jokes, so they may not be that funny. Of Tremere being the youngest, like in the hierarchy, you always see like jokes tailored to them being like the children.
Okay.
Yeah. But you do learn that, I mean, they're correlated often with people calling them warlocks, witches, wizards. And I mean, sure, there's a lot of course, more just memes and jokes, humors of that. You know, a lot of like D&D references or World of Warcraft references. A lot of it's just internet nonsense that you're finding. But they all do kind of have a similar trend, a similar theme. But you are getting that the Tremere and the Camarilla at least are one in the same, more or less. As the Lasombras or Sabbat, it seems like the Tremere or the Camarilla, another one of those kind of gang entities, it seems.
Okay. So... Okay, so I guess I'm going to cross-reference the Sabbat and the Camarilla and see what articles come up.
Okay. Oh boy.
Do you want a fresh
Which
roll?
one? Yeah, just give me one for both. And which one do you want to look up first? Camarilla or Sabbat?
Well, I was going to actually cross-reference the two together to see if there's reference is between the two. In other words, what does the Sabbat mean to the Camarilla? What does the Camarilla mean to the Sabbat, kind of thing?
I understand.
So,
They are the best friends.
They're best friends.
yeah, they get along stellar. This is more for making sure that my in-game knowledge is
Right.
in-game than anything, so...
Understandable.
What would be the best role for that? Back to research, I'm assuming?
Back to research, yeah.
Okay, so... Here, burp.
Can I help you?
That will be 3 successes, I think. No critical failures to speak of. Close, though.
Alright, well, the easy, result that you're gonna get is a lot of the fights were the two versus each other. It was one gang entity versus the other. You see a lot of just situations. Nothing that you saw that got national news. Nothing like that. All of it just seems to be just small instances that have just been popped up. What are this weird internet shows? Besides that, you're getting very quickly that the Camarilla seems to be the bigwigs. There's a lot of just jokes and humor that's directed towards them like you would see of the President of the United States.
Lovely. Political humor in vampires.
Exactly. In like meme, terrible internet form, yes. And then the Sabbat is basically just the punching bag of the internet. It seems like they are just legit nuisances, at least so this internet web thinks. And so yeah, I mean, they're just kind of like the butt end of the joke all the time.
Okay, all right. Then I think that was the name Andrew Jackson for the prince?
Kevin.
Kevin Jackson?
Yeah.
Might as well go ahead and learn what this ShrekNet knows about the local prince, since that's someone that I'm likely going to have to deal with.
Enjoy that. All right.
Sorry if I'm dominating you with all this wonderful questions my character has, but
no, it's great. I just have to look it up and it tells me what ShrekNet has on them. It's not that hard.
Okay, so again, back
based on how good you roll.
Rolling research again, yeah?
Yes.
That is 3 successes.
Oh wow, jeez. Okay.
See, I gave the laptop to the right person so I could clean up, pay our bill.
Alright, well, first things first, he is mostly known as, on the internet, as Paladin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm sure our resident angel will love that.
and he is indeed the Prince of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like he is an older vampire. With a role like that, you are going to get some Ventru humor, which seems to be another, maybe not gang, but clan, as you've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And with a 3, you are going to find some references of him having, I guess, like I said, it's all just like memes, but the meme is involving him and the Bloods, the Mortal Gang. Who knows? I guess not, but the Gang of the Bloods in Chicago.
Okay. All right. Well, since I know nothing about the Bloods, maybe they're the next thing I look into.
Oh yeah, there you go. Honestly, I think you're probably just gonna get a lot of Wikipedia with that one, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Critical failure, 2 successes, and a critical success. I think that nets out to about effectively 3 successes.
Well, you'll get a little bit of a background because the first thing that you'll find is, well, they're not really a gang in Chicago. They're a gang in Los Angeles and California.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get some references to that, and I mean they're basically well known for their rivalry with the Crips. You know, they're an older gang. You'll find that they were more specifically around like the 1970s. Though they sure they still exist today, but they're long past their prime.
Okay, so the prince that leads Chicago is supposedly part of some Ventrus and has ties back to the Bloods. Okay, which is a gang from LA. Okay. Well then, let's see, I'm trying to rack my brain. Was there anything else that... Out on an incredible limb, and this is more my character grasping. 7 cups.
Seven cups?
I'm going to look into the 7 cups.
Like the card itself. Okay.
The card itself. I mean,
like,
yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
No, I mean that's fine. Oh gosh, you're gonna get a lot of probably gonna
a lot of nonsense that's
Junk,
probably
yeah.
not going to mean anything useful. But
all right.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
move this out of the way.
Just let him actually Google it.
Honestly, yeah, it's all just gonna. They're all gonna have such different opinions, but
So that'll be 2 successes. So
okay. All right, so yeah, I mean, first things first, you're gonna get like the Wikipedia page, and I mean, it's just gonna mention what it is. It's from the minor arcana of tarot cards, and you'll learn that there are 2 arcanas. There's the major and the minor. Major is like the face cards. You learn that the other one you had, the magician, for example, was a major arcana. The only one you had that was minor was the 7 of Cups. I mean, you basically just learn more or less what she told you. You'll find is the correlations. I can do a cross reference. She told you. Here we go.
sorry.
So, no, you're fine. I mean, you're gonna see a lot of there's a lot of references between memory, childhood. A lot of sites just seem to mention that as well, but. I mean, besides that, a lot of them just have their own, like, personal idea of what each... And they go into detail on, like, what the picture of each card means. So, it says that in the 6 of Cups, a young boy leans down and passes a cup filled with flowers to a younger girl. The girl looks up to the boy with love and respect as he offers the flowers to her. Love, harmony, and cooperation, all key elements of the 6 of Cups. Shine through
7.
this.
Isn't it the 7 of Cups?
No one had a 7 of Cups. There was Rune had the 10 of Swords. You had 6 of Cups.
Okay,
and then Lynn had King of Swords.
I must be misremembering then.
The young children also represent childhood memories. In the background, an older man walks away in the distance, as if to say you no longer need to worry about adult issues. Just enjoy the moment of being young, innocent, and free again. The children also appear to be standing in the courtyard of a large home, symbolizing comfort, safety, and security. In the foreground stands 4 more cups filled with flowers, and a 5th cup sits on a pedestal behind the boy.
Okay. One more thing I'm going to go ahead and look up. Missing person reports, people that meet my description that would have been filed before the period that I would have been turned. So, more than 2 months back.
So wait, what are you looking up?
Missing person
Missing people.
reports for someone
Okay.
that matches my description that had been posted more than 2 months back.
Whew. All right, go ahead and give me a research.
Hey, I'm trying to go ahead and chase down my path.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, I get you.
I think I'm boring everyone roll with this. I'm sorry, guys. 1 critical success, 3
gave me an idea.
successes, and 1 critical failure.
My. Whew, that's really good. Alright. Missing people last 2 months. That fits your description. No, you don't find really anything that catches. I mean, children, but you definitely, that wouldn't make any sense for you to have been a child just a few months ago, so no, nothing.
Unless there was a time machine.
Who knows?
Then I wouldn't have likely been abducted. I would have made excuses for my absence with anyone that would have been important to me so they would not worry. That why I would no longer be in communication. Or I just was that much of a loner.
Oh, maybe.
Alright. There's stuff that I learned. but nothing that I think could be incredibly useful immediately. Banishing selfies. I think that would be worthwhile research. The
Before he
demon
does
horse.
that, can I research the family that was killed by the Kelpie?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know the area, so you know what to look up.
So just reach over my shoulder. Hey, can you look this up real quick?
Yep. I need to know this stuff.
All right. Well, I guess I could go ahead and try to search that up for her.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a research. This internet's weird. It's nonsense.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I wonder who put it together.
Roll well for me, Mel.
That would be 3 successes followed by a critical success. So.
Ooh. Heck yeah. So, alright. Well, first thing that you will find, and this is probably going to be a little eerie for you, Lynn, but there's, once again, a lot of this is just, it's nonsense in the regard that almost everything is done in, like, internet humor culture. You're not finding, like, the usual, like, articles, though you can find, like, Wikipedia pretty easily, but most of the rest of the stuff that Google will recommend you does not come up. But you do find a lot of jokes correlated behind werewolves when it comes to this specific family. But besides that, you don't really find any, like, news coverage about it or anything like that.
These people that you wanted to look up, do they have anything to do with werewolves?
I didn't know it originally.
Could they be a family of werewolves that you just didn't know about?
Maybe.
Okay. Anything else you want me to look up for you?
No, that's good.
Okay. Then I'm going to look up the best way to banish a Kelpie.
I'm actually curious what pops up.
I mean,
Probably not much with that roll. 3 successes with 2 critical failures.
can I try to help it?
I mean, you were doing some crazy research about it. Yeah, go ahead and throw your horse, Animal Ken, and probably a mental for this one. All the research you've done to prepare.
No, don't search using that topic. Use this topic. Okay, fine.
So that's 4. That's 4. What was the other one? Let's see. That Animal Ken.
You get to add one for your
Mental.
specialty, and then mental. Whatever mental is your highest.
Okay, so just 8.
That's pretty good.
All right. Out of that whole thing, only 3 successes.
That's not bad.
Helps bounce out those critical failures that I got.
Yeah,
I got a crit failure too.
Well, banishment in particular doesn't really seem to be, a word that pops up much. But looking up Kelpie, and she's able to help you. She's done some research on it. And Augiski is also what it's known as, a water spirit in particular. It is, mostly related to, like, Scotland, and has relations to Ireland as well. Mostly it's known from, like, past history. It's definitely never been a real thing, right?
Right? Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But you do find with your research together that something you do find interesting is just like you know how in Hollywood the thing you're supposed to do against werewolves is like get them with silver? Well, apparently Kelpie also have that same trait.
Not a fan of the silver?
I'm going to the
so.
black market. Give me
Apparently
all
that seems
the
to be
silver
the
you got.
only way that you can kill one is if they are to be shot with the silver bullet.
Okay. Well, I'll try to stab one with my chain then.
Yeah, anybody in the market for a silver spike bridle?
Excuse me?
I'll get a silver sword.
Well, no. I mean, if a kit for controlling a horse, like a bitten bridle that they put in their mouth. Just get one with silver spikes.
Since we're striking things, I'll give Theo a sticky note of my cards and said, "Would you mind?" And my cards are the Hierophant reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, and the Chariot.
You want me to look up the cards for you?
Yeah, if you would.
Oh, did you use your vampire notes?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Looking up any special meaning in his cards, and I think the gods have decided that I am done researching with that roll. Even the games decide to have enough with me. So that's 1 success and 2 critical failures.
The battery
Rude, are you
runs
gonna
out.
try and help him?
Yeah.
How? I don't have any Oh, I have investigation.
Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to work. Does investigation work on search engines?
Well, you're investigating
Well, I mean,
the internet.
I don't think so. I mean, I'll think, because I'm trying to think if that's under research, but I don't.
Can I use persuasion on DM, please?
Yeah, no, unfortunately, they count it towards academics research is what they count it towards, unfortunately. So, no,
Tragic.
not investigation. Tragic. So you're able to find, I mean, once again, it's just more of like the definitely gonna sell your data kind of webs, or just bombard you with advertisement kind of sites where they just give you more or less what you already heard. I mean, for the Hierophant, you're gonna learn that also with every card it being reversed and upfront. It doesn't necessarily mean anything per se. It's just, it translates what that card is trying to send. So just because you had more uprights or more reversed, it doesn't mean anything. It was just trying to express what the card exactly was trying to convey. But besides that, more or less what she told you of the Hierophant being reversed is about freedom. Ten of Swords being more so about resisting an inevitable end. And the Chariot, representing success, control. Exactly.
Yep.
And I probably learned about 6 different places that would like to sell me a tarot deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you buy one?
A lot of talk to this psychic now, ask this psychic your questions now, that kind of ads.
Lovely.
Let's buy one of these decks. Let's go to Shekazon, wherever they call it.
Shekazon?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes. And I'm sure our order will be delivered via Shrek drone.
Exactly.
Ooh.
As the drone flies in, you go ahead and start hearing Smash Mouth playing in the distance.
Wouldn't it be Donkey Drone, though? Donkey!
Oh, a donkey drone.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like that would
Maybe
be
his
even
little kids
more
find-
annoying than your standard drone? Something about making waffles comes to mind. Yeah, so with that bad result being that bad, I think that I will close the laptop for the night. As
You're like, this internet is ridiculous.
this internet is ridiculous. I found out a little bit of information. Was any of it really useful? Maybe not. But one thing that we learned is some sort of silver armaments would probably be very smart for the group to get our hands on. whatever tools those might be.
Hey, not bad.
Well, if we have to, we can always melt down my chain into bullets. Oh, I'd rather keep it intact for now.
Yeah. With that, I'm assuming tidying up our sleeping areas, and resting for the night.
I mean, imagine like you're gonna walk up, probably be like, oh, like hand them the trash in their little area with their little bag.
Yeah, I'm basically gonna use the next 2 hours to clean.
It's really not that bad. I mean, sure, a lot of it. What you can do right now, it's not too bad, but this place needs way more love and care.
Dumpster or anything?
I mean, he does have some trash cans that's like behind where his chain link gate, where he went off to his side, is.
Well, then I'll go ahead and pick up the bags and put them in the trash bins.
Yeah, it looks like there might be a bin that's knocked over there behind that pillar.
Yeah. I just take the bags that she's already put stuff into and put them in the containers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the heaviest lifting I got.
Yeah, there you go.
The only other thing I did was move a bunch of fucking things to build a little wall. It's kind of tidy.
First disciple talk.
Hey, leave me alone.
As Lynn starts to kind of bed down, she is gonna look for like a pad of paper and some pencils.
Pad of paper, you're not gonna find here, but you are gonna find just like loose scraps of.
Right, just some paper here and there. That's what I want.
That's fair. I mean, you might see Rune pull out his pad when he was doing his research questions,
No,
but
I'm not gonna take that. That's his
Might
special notes.
You might find some like loose, some partially torn up newsprint or something like that as paper.
But that's just gonna be just a few scraps of just trash. But yeah,
she'll take some of that with a pencil and just start sketching a bit.
What do you want to draw?
One of her dearest dogs that died recently.
Oh no.
His name was Barney.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Was the other one named Clifford?
No, I'm not naming him Clifford because that's too close to my own dog. No.
Oh no. There was a landmine there, Crowley. I think you just stepped on it. That being said, I will let the lovely good Dr. Amala Shamash know that apparently that the prince is also known as the Paladin. Whether or not an angel would be interested in that information, I do not know.
I tell you, I have to do more research. That's very interesting. Thank you, young man.
Thank you for the use of the laptop, as I will then return the laptop to her for lending it to me.
Oh, that is a roll straight down the middle.
Oh.
I was rolling to see how well her drawing came out. There are 2 nat 1s, a 9, and then a 10.
I'm assuming that a little emotion came into that drawing and may have not made it come out as clear as you wanted it to.
Apparently.
Just started crying on the picture.
Just started weeping. Oh, Cliffy! He came into the room.
Well, finish cleaning to the best of my abilities, and I guess I'm gonna use the laptop to do some basic research real quick before I go to bed.
Like what?
I'm gonna see if I can find up anything about this good old prince, this paladin prince. It seems interesting.
Do you have technology or research? Or academics research?
I do have academics research.
No technology?
And technology.
Which one's better?
Academic research.
Do that one.
Alright. So 7.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Taylor, calm down.
How do you do that?
There's only one die that isn't a success.
He knows where the prince lives.
I found his home address.
Thank you, Shrek.
Oh, and here's his blood type. And his blood
and here's
preference.
his one vital weakness.
Yeah, so 6 with a
Bananas.
crit is what I rolled.
Alright, give me a second.
And seems to be fond of redheads.
What about red beards?
Wait.
I used the right keyword. It was the paladin stuff.
Yeah.
As an angel, it just... it did its job. It struck me. See, I don't need rigged dice. I just roll really good randomly.
Yeah, hold on. My goodness gracious.
I'm sure that there's probably some alarm going around off somewhere on the Shrek net that someone that's in charge of keeping the prince's data secure is being triggered right now.
Oh, I found his email.
Oh god, yeah.
He has a Facebook profile. How silly is that?
He accepted my friend request.
He only kills people on every other Thursday. Oh, what good news!
He seems to be a regular at this club. Funny, why did he join that friend group on Facebook?
Coincidentally,
Okay.
the same club that our human friend's been trying to get into.
Oh.
Okay. So, it is still gonna be ridiculous, you know, internet jumble. I mean, a lot of it just looks like advertisement links and like, oh, watch this free movie now and that kind of thing. It's just so terrible. But you are going to find, so...
I click all the right things for some reason.
I don't know, sure. Well, I mean, you're a doctor. You've probably done internet research before, so, you know. Somehow.
And that's why the academics was so high.
Yeah. But you're able to find that, yes, so looking up also with Paladin, maybe that helps, who knows, but you're going to find a lot more links and a lot more humor behind, it seems like his name is very rarely used. You're going to find a lot more connections with him being called Paladin. And you are going to find one person that I guess he has relations to based on a few of this this tunnel of nonsense of just jokes and humor you're gonna find yourself. But there is, I guess, someone who is his like next hand man or something of the similar sense, vice president, mind you, called the sheriff. And what the big humor that you're finding is that apparently the sheriff is part of a really popular band called Baby Chorus. So a lot of this internet finds a lot of humor in that.
Baby Chorus?
Yeah, it's like a really popular punk band. He is the vocalist.
Okay.
I mean...
He's the voice behind the baby.
You know I have to look up Baby Chorus now, right?
I understand. Go ahead. I'll pull up what it knows.
All of a sudden, we go ahead and
we're gonna attempt to join the band.
No. We go ahead and find, like, you know, we're gonna be meeting the prince, and Amala Samaj is pulling a scene from Say Anything. Is holding up a boombox playing some music from Baby Chorus.
That's another good one. That's 4 and a crit. My goodness.
Jesus.
Ow!
You okay, E.T.?
Whose nails are sharp? I need to get them trimmed.
Alright. Oh gosh. That's actually pretty good too, but... So, I mean, you're gonna find just the Wikipedia page that their whole thing is they're a punk band with blues characteristics, and they are centered around Chicago.
I'm sorry, so he's the vocalist?
He's the vocalist, yes.
I'm making notes.
There are 2 others There is the lead guitarist, which is a woman named Kathy Glens. He's writing it down, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright.
He, the sheriff, his name is Damien. I can give you his last name too, since it would be out there. Or maybe not. Wow, did he get it? Jeez.
I'm doing some good research, boss.
That's fair. It just is Damien. That's all it has. The third member of the band, he is the bassist, is named Even Klein.
Alright.
And you are going to find in some kind of humor is there used to be two other band members, but there's a lot of humor between those two band members and a connection with werewolves again.
Alright, well. Guess I'll do some quick werewolf research.
Werewolf research.
Yeah, werewolf research.
You're just going to search the word werewolf?
I'm gonna put, like, the band and werewolf.
The preference is seeing werewolves in relation to baby chorus.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're going to find an answer that's quite the howl.
Oh, God. See, now this is where it gets difficult. Apparently, according to the dice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he rolled 1, 2, 3 with a crit, and then 2 fails.
Ooh.
Not terrible, but
Hmm.
definitely
Could be worse.
getting harder. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're just gonna learn that, werewolves are shapeshifters. They can go from human to wolf. They have connections with the moon. Obviously, silver is like the big thing to go against them. What you will find is a lot of jokes between comparing a group of people to werewolves. You're able to gather that this group of people are called gangrel. Seems like there's a lot of jokes and like, what's the difference? Or like, spot the difference kind of thing. And it shows the two. It's kind of like just bad internet humor. Besides that, really the only other thing you're gonna see is a lot of jokes correlating, I guess, with werewolves or whatever to a word called Gehenna. But that's about it.
Good look at the word Gehenna. That seems interesting.
Dice code air? What?
Oh,
I mean, it still shows
You
the roll.
broke the dice roller!
you did so good. You broke it.
Right.
So 1, 2,
3. Yeah. Okay.
and then on 1. Gehenna.
Yeah, I mean, really all you're able to pick
Responsive.
up from is it seems like it is the internet lingo word for, like, end times.
End of the world.
That really, yeah, it seems to be like an internet meme
Angel
of that.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
When God and the angels come down and smote the shit out of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different interpretations of the end of the world, but sure.
It definitely sounds like a topic for a punk band to cover, end of the world stuff.
Perfect. I'll download one of their albums.
You're gonna listen to their music as you go to bed?
Why not?
Man, I wish there actually were samples that I could play, but there isn't, unfortunately.
And
Oh,
even
sad.
if there were, I mean, the risk
It'd
of
be
the
probably
copyright.
copyright, yep.
Yeah.
But as you all settled in for the night, you're gonna hear the doctor listening to some punk music. interesting, but it does have a little bit of like a twist of the blues to it, though. I mean, at least they're trying to do something unique. But you each find your spots after you've cleaned it up a little bit. It's not really the comfiest, but you know what? You are in the sewers. At least it doesn't smell like sewers. It's just musky. Could definitely use an open airway. Is there anything else that you would like to do before you all rest for the night?
My sleeping bag.
You're gonna use your sun bag?
Yeah.
You don't want to keep it in the box?
Nah.
I'm not putting it back in there for you.
I guess the only thing that I could think of Theo trying to do is just sit there, maybe meditate and get in touch with that inner shadow that he's ended up communicating once or twice. I don't know what you would want me to roll for that, if anything.
Yeah, you know what? I'll see what you got. Otherwise, usually it's probably going to be a willpower, but let me see.
Roll that willpower.
Yeah, you know how it be, but...
I roll a lot of those.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm going to turn the fan down. It's finally cooling off in here. It was, second floor of a house, all the heat goes up.
Only
Yeah.
all of us could be forced.
No, that too.
Yeah, just roll me a willpower.
Alright, so that'd be 5 dice then. Alright. 2 successes.
Okay. Start to get a little tired as you rest up and focus on, it just seems to always be there. Sometimes you can even feel like something's watching. And there's plenty of areas of shadows. Fluorescent lights only light up so much. Even just the slightest pillar feels like behind there it watches. You focus. As you feel once again that weight, almost like a blanket that encompasses you. It's not necessarily warm, but it does have a sense of pressure that it brings that is comforting. You feel as if something is aware, but not much else besides that. And you find yourself, it gets to the point where it's hard to stay awake. If you want, you can let the sleep take you, or you can keep trying to, I don't know, I guess, feel out whatever this presence is.
Maybe not pressure it, but kind of reach out to it as I drift off to sleep. Basically, like an open offer for it to communicate with me if it wants to, but not forcing the issue. More of an invitation than anything.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
Why are you trying to set my chat on fire, E.T.?
Anyone else wanted to do anything before they get to rest?
Yeah, I'll just fall asleep with my arm underneath my vest, hold my...
I usually sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I like it.
Now that song's in my head. Thanks, E.T.
Alright, are you good, Doctor? Anything else you want to do before you sleep?
Nah, I'm done.
Okay. E.T., anything you wanted to do before you sleep?
She fell asleep crying over that drawing.
Oh, no. Alright. Well, Theo, you give out that offering as sleep takes you. And everything gets dark.
Rerolling characters.
Yeah, exactly. As there is a soft almost completely unnoticeable. There is a whisper looking within the confines of your mind. Are you lost? Cloaked in impenetrable shadow, you move forward. But you can't feel your arms, your legs, your body, though you still feel as if you move forward. There is a whisper. At this point, this all seems familiar.
Mm-hmm.
You should not be here. This familiar sensation. There is really no concept of what lies around you. But there is some movement. It's like a shadow that darts within this vacuum, across from you, around you, within you. And you feel your mind twist with each word, familiar words. Childer of the conformist, imposed to seek the road of bones. Your focus is uncontrolled, yet all of it is pulled towards this void within the darkness. It is ever stretching, ever expanding, 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 surrounding you and consuming you. It is suffocating without breath. It is piercing without flesh. And once again, this familiar sensation of just nothing there but the gates of hell. Like a giant maw, it opens. As you hear 3 words you have heard before. Get me out.
Ooh. Ooh.
Well, it is 1:30, and I feel like since we didn't unfortunately have Graham this session, I feel like if we end here, it might be a good time. You guys have gone to bed. I can see what he wants to do during the day, and then, have him line up to when you guys wake up. But, it's up to you. I also know E.T. said you didn't, want to be up too late, so.
Yeah, and I mean, that goddamn makes a decent bloody cliffhanger now, doesn't it?
Right.
So, Childer of the Conformist, seek the road of bones, assuming that the calling to get me out could be my official sire, who is trapped beyond the gates of hell, supposedly. Depending on how you want to read into that.
Right, a lot of symbolism, especially when it comes to Vidoma.
Oh.
A lot of it today.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, sorry guys.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
But now I think our Dr. Mala makes so much more sense.
Oh boy. Dealing with
angels.
Yeah, angel.
You're a monster.
Oh,
I'll never
boy.
forgive you.
Alright, folks, I am going to, honestly, since we are wrapping up the Vampire Masquerade stream for the night, so people can rest and so we don't get too far ahead of the individual that sadly couldn't make it tonight, I will be taking a short break. I'll be going to intermission. I'll probably go ahead and be switching to some other title to be playing for the rest of the evening. Not 100% sure what yet, but thank you so much for everybody that is here. Take this moment, maybe get up, get a snack, stretch your legs, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, thank you everybody. I'm excited to see what you guys decide to do. I mean, you got your warnings. Now it's kind of just...
The prince is a dick.
Yeah. Really all that my concern was, as the people that have been introduced, I mean, get you guys somewhere safe, but now it's like, good luck, guys. Out of our hands. So I'm excited to see what you decide to do. If you'll do another, like, explode the ocean, or, we'll see. I'm excited.
Preferably no more of that, because, I mean, there's only so much where you go from the prince would like to talk to the prince is sending the scourge after you.
Right.
There's not a lot of middle ground there.
You're gonna turn the corner and Baby Chorus is gonna play you a song to death, apparently, or however this works.
Oh,
I have a feeling Lynn's gonna get more radiation no matter what.
I'm excited for I mean, she's the rider. It's been destined.
Oh boy. But who controls the destination, the rider or the horse?
Now, isn't that the question?
All right. Again, thank you guys. We'll be back or at least I'll be back in a little bit.